early.
Look, that's like, coming in on a weekend. I don't
Yeah.
do that.
Well,
Actually, no, I do do
that's
that.
exactly what you do.
Actually,
I wandered the house sometimes, just
I'll
on
be
the
right
floor.
back.
Coming in on a weekend, I don't do that. He says on Saturday night.
Oh no, I was talking about my experiments.
Okay.
Or sometimes just join the chat randomly. No one
Yeah,
in
that's
here
true.
during the week. See if anyone talks to me.
Sweet tea and cornbread. We're in the deep south now, boys. Songs of the South, Part 7 coming soon.
All right. So, you guys are in the, of course, the old city
I'm back.
in one of the, well, in the only, as far as you guys are concerned, base of the old guard or whatever they call themselves.
I mean, they're all old, right? So they're basically just the old guard.
yeah.
They like to
Yep.
be called the elderly.
The mold
And-
guard.
The age challenged.
Mm-hmm. So, while you guys are just kind of like either resting or I don't know what Drake is doing.
Well, I'm pretty sure I got back to the thing first because I ran
Yeah.
for my life. And I was basically trying to talk to Serena into taking me back because I'm pretty sure the others are dead.
Oh my fucking god. Coward till the very end. A true hero.
I almost died for you. I'm not doing that again.
No, I will give you that. I'll give you that one.
So,
Wait.
I did die for me.
Check something. Yeah, I am beaten and bloody. I have 3 hit points.
Yeah.
yeah.
I am
So-
walking with a limp.
Once you guys all get back to the place, Rowley, I'm assuming you probably go and talk to Serena, or at least are distracted by Serena. Along
Yeah.
with Drake.
Are you talk to Serena, or at least distracted by? Sure, all right, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
We'll say a combination of both.
Is he wrong, though?
Yeah. And the wounds after having lots and lots of holes.
Mm.
In the meantime, your 2 people that you know are pissed at each other have come and gone, and yeah, now they're back in the clear in like kind of the plaza area that you guys are in around the tower, and that
And
is
they're
where
both
we're going
alive?
to start. Yeah,
Do either of them look like they stabbed the other one at all?
they don't have any obvious injuries other than those that
No
they
new
look like they
injuries.
sustained
Oh,
already.
Wow. All right, that's fine. Good enough for me.
Just because you're it, so.
You do
So
notice
we
Z has a fairly normal freaking annoyed face. And
When-
is fingering her bow.
No, I'm not fingering it, I have it out. I'm fingering
So-
the arrow.
Yep.
So we should probably get that reward that we were promised, right?
No, you don't fucking say.
Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Glad to see you're back to normal. All right.
It's been a long day, alright?
Well, you did die.
Death brings up some stuff that I want to look at, alright?
You did. Yeah, you did kind of die. So I'm glad you're back.
Wait, who died?
You fucking rezzed her.
I just
What are
gave you
talking
the
about,
most.
Theo?
What the fuck are you talking about? Look, what?
Wait,
I'm
What?
guessing that was Theo forgetting and not Amelia.
Yeah.
Theo,
I
Unless
died.
Amelia-
I am back.
Z died during our last
You
battle,
fucking
and you
brought my
resurrected her.
happy ass back to life.
Raleigh was like nearly in tears over it.
Look,
Do you not remember that?
I think I
Amelia has
missed that part.
trouble.
What do you mean you missed that part? You almost had him fucking knock my ass out again!
You told me, oh, kill him again. That'll help. Wait, no, that's bad.
Look,
Oh yeah,
Amelia,
when they stand up and knock
think
them
you-
down.
I
Wait a
think you
minute.
forget the very lengthy delay between those two commands. As freaking Amelia was counting magic.
Amelia
Yeah,
has
counting on her fingers. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute.
Amelia has trouble drawing a line between the living
Anyway,
and the dead.
Falcon, yeah, Falcon definitely agrees that you should probably go up and get your reward and then get out of the old city because she
Yep,
has better things to
Good to
do
me.
than you standing around here.
Yeah. All right,
Nice
so
to
let's
meet you,
go.
Pedro. Yep.
Yep. The door, of course, is already unlocked for at least as far as you guys can tell. No reason.
Open it.
I'm guessing you climb the tower.
No,
Yeah.
I just open the door and then I climb the tower. Yeah, I'm gonna climb the tower.
So you guys go back up and meet with the leader of this area, who greets you guys with a slight bit of surprise.
Well,
Thanks for the vote of confidence, buddy. We're
yeah, we
really,
killed those
really
demons
doing it.
like we said we would.
So,
God.
Theo,
No
what
one
are we
have
waiting
faith
for?
anymore.
Theo just typed, "Give me a second," so I'm just.
oh no, that was a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
That was when
4
I said it
minutes
back.
ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It just
Yep,
like pinged me
so-
like a few moments ago, so that's why I
That's
was
weird.
confused. Yeah.
So-
plays a little slow. Anyway,
We killed those fucking demons, all 3 of them. Well, the 3 in that area.
yep. So he tells you that you will certainly get what he is able to afford to give you, which, if I recall, was 100 gold and 100
I asked-
gold. Their help
we
out
wanted-
of this city, or out of this area of the city, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we could just
And,
come and go to
Like,
Old Town
to be in
please.
good favor with them. It was 100 gold to be in good favor and also out of this old city.
I prefer
Well,
free
the good
passage
favor
in
is
and
pretty
out.
obvious.
You prefer what now, Paid?
Passage in and out.
Oh. Huh.
I got stuff I
mean-
want to check. I got some stuff I want
I
to
mean,
check up on.
Yeah, getting in probably isn't the issue.
Yeah, it still cost me 5 gold pieces.
He does point out that, yeah, it is much easier to get into the old city than getting out of it is.
Well, we would appreciate that help getting out, so yeah. Hell yeah. We did the thing.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
So he goes over to one of the foot lockers that is kind of set around the base of the room, swings it open, pulls out 2 packs of, like, 2 little pouches of gold, you'd assume by the way they jingle, and hands them to whoever takes them.
I died. I'm taking one.
Like, he's
Yeah.
just kind of giving them to your group in general.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine. We'll take it and we'll divvy it up evenly to everyone who's
What was
here.
100,
25
so
gold each. Fuck Falcon.
Yeah, fuck Falcon.
No, I'm kidding.
No,
20 gold
fuck
each.
Falcon.
Well, really?
Yeah. I didn't kill that bitch. I'm taking her her fucking gold. She has already got enough from me today.
All
Falcon
right.
does point out that she's nearly broke.
I'm going to point out that she would be more broke if she was dead.
I'm not taking Falcon's 5. So, fucking, I'll take 20. So, Falcon can, I guess, have 15?
I'm taking 25. Fuck
All
Falcon.
right. So, everyone else,
Nah,
I guess
I
you get your
won't.
20.
I won't
Okay.
take 25. This is not the hill I'm dying on.
Fair
No, I
enough.
would say something, but I don't think Raleigh's told me about the broken cart yet.
Yeah, it's
No,
pretty
I
cool.
haven't.
He doesn't especially.
And you didn't do anything in that battle, so 20 gold is your cost to fix that fucking cart. That's
No,
no payment to
he
you.
got the shit stabbed out of him.
Oh, that's right. He
I'll
did
give
get
him that.
stabbed a bunch.
He
He
bought
held
time.
back the demon for a couple of turns.
That is true. He did do. He got punched by it a few times to distract him.
Hey, to be fair, I did, I did pull away 2 commoners.
All right,
Wow.
so 3 gold, and then the 17 is for fixing the cart. Let's get the
So,
fuck out of here.
How much do I have?
Plus 20 gold.
Are you?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you guys splitting it up equally, or?
Raleigh would vouch for splitting it equally.
Yeah, split up equally.
I'm probably not actually there, just crying in the corner.
Oh,
I am very hurt.
all right. Well,
Also-
I'll take Drake's 20 gold, and
Yeah.
I'll give it to him later.
It throws money at him.
I'll write down 20 gold for Drake in my inventory.
Well, you guys are kind of like arguing and kind of looking over the pouches to make sure there is indeed 100 gold in there, which there is. He did count it ahead of time, you'd guess.
So 99.
He rummages through one of the other chests, and after a pretty lengthy amount of time looking, at least for like a single item, rooting around a chest is for like a minute or so while you guys are having the conversation. He pulls out a small, not a piece of paper, but like not a wooden symbol. Freaking hell. Mind, give me the right word if you would. A metal symbol of some sort made out of kind of like old armor. Hold on.
Oh,
So what, like a
Old
medallion?
iron.
insignia.
Yeah, it's
Medallion?
basically an insignia, but yeah. I was thinking more the material. It's a metal,
Oh,
kind of like wrought iron, or pig
Ooh.
iron, I suppose.
Oh, pig iron height. Cast iron.
It's not pretty iron.
Not high
Not sword
quality.
iron. Yeah, but it does the job. The symbol is kind of hard to read. It's in the vague shape of an like kind of griffin claw, and vague shape meaning like it has fingers, but it could just be a weird looking hand.
That's like the hand that brain fuck thing.
oh boy.
I mean, it's not, but
Yeah.
Yep, but he hands it to one of you as well. And
You
it
want-
tells you that
Yeah, Z will take it.
that will basically, if you show that to any of his men anywhere in the city, then they will immediately jump to your aid, or at least attempt to help you as much as they can, and will react positively.
Emblem.
Fucking.
All right, I'm just gonna put down old guard emblem for that.
That's
He
really
does only
helpful.
hand you one, by the way.
I think I'm the only one who plans on staying in the old city for a little while.
I think that's probably fair. Raleigh does not want to be in here.
He also hands, I would guess, probably
Unless Drake wants to come back to the old city.
I'll be right back after that.
All right.
Give me just a second. He hands you basically a like small sheaf of wood, but I need to figure out what is exactly on it. 'Cause it's been a while since I've looked at this. Where the hell is the? There it is. It also looks like a claw, but it is definitely not the same symbol. Like it's kind of facing like down and with the kind of palm side out.
All right.
It also only has like 4 fingers rather than the griffin's, which is 3.
Okay.
Or I guess the griffin's 4, but it's like 3 and a thumb rather than 4 very obvious fingers. And it has kind of like little scales carved out of it. He tells you that that is the symbol of the people who have been basically like helping them continue this fight, getting food from the outside world, equipment from the outside world, etc., etc.
All
He
right.
tells you that any of that will be your way in and out of this area, since those are the criminals that know the ways in and out.
All right, just pass in and out of old city.
Yep.
Probably
tells
just
you
put
it's
that as
called-
old city pass.
It's a scaled claw pass, I guess, if you want to put it that way.
So how would you use that?
He tells you to ask Serena; she'll know.
Hmm.
Hey, Rally. Interesting stuff's popping out of your girlfriend all the time. Really makes me glad that I got my brain almost fucking eaten for it.
Look,
We're
I
really-
apologize
We're,
for that.
we're really out here. We're really doing it.
Look, I'm sorry.
I mean, I don't know what you're sorry about. I chose to do it, so eh.
Fair enough. I'm still sorry about it. It was kind of shitty
Eh.
that it happened.
Shrug. Well, let's go talk to your fucking girlfriend. So we can get you idiots out.
Yeah, what should I do with this cleric?
This what?
Oh my god, the cleric we didn't
I've
kill.
just been dragging the cleric through everywhere.
Oh, beautiful!
Yeah. He tells you to leave that with the person in the storehouse downstairs, and she'll sort out where he's supposed to be ending up.
Oh God.
Alright.
I forgot you had that. You remembered you had that, but you didn't
I
save Z's
like-
life?
I like that you're saying you had that. Not him. But that. The cleric isn't a person.
Oh, I remember that because I have all these things in my inventory, including wand thing, unholy symbol, and magic scroll, and I'm pretty sure I got all of those off of him.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Let's go talk to Serena and get out of here. I am pretty much done with this place for the time being.
Yeah, I got a couple more irons to run.
Yourself.
It's all about stating it casually. Just errands.
All right. Let's go
Alright,
find
alright.
Serena.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's at the bottom of the tower with Rains.
Weren't
yeah.
you supposed to be with the one lady?
Who are you directing that at?
Terrain.
Rain? Because the rain was supposed to be watched by the quartermaster.
He's a child.
He vaguely nods at you.
This has been a very long day.
I'll
Yeah.
be back.
Serena just kind of waves dismissively and says, "Don't worry. I was able to convince her to let me watch him for you. I know him a little better than that old hag anyway." At that
is
comment, you
true.
do hear a small crash from the warehouse.
Oh God.
Sure, why not? You know what? Sure. God. You guys are going to be the second death of me.
It's all good. I have another diamond.
Yeah, but you don't have a spell, do ya?
Not yet.
We'll just
Well,
wait
yeah.
till tomorrow. You don't die until tomorrow.
Eh, we'll see.
Mm,
Easier said than done.
All right. Well, Serena, we got this thing. We need
Yeah.
to get out of here.
They do. I just need to know how to use it so I can get out later.
All right. I'm guessing whoever has it shows Serena the thing.
Yes, I am
He
going to
does.
present it. I'm not going to be like, no, just take my word.
Yeah, she leans in and kind of looks at it for a moment. Oh, yeah. That'll help out.
The wisdom of the ages.
She just kind of stands there for a moment, kind of a now fully functioning smile on her face. Just kind of stands there.
And how
Okay.
so?
Yeah. How would we get out? with
I have
this?
died once today. I'm in a very poor mood. Please do not test my patience.
She just kind of looks the five of you up and down. You want to go now?
I mean, they do. I don't.
Yeah. What? What's going on?
I mean, I could take a nap.
Yeah, we could.
just sidebar. I'm kind of tired. I could go for like lunch or something. Kind of hungry.
I think Drake might actually go insane if he stays here any longer, though.
I think that ship has sailed.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
She just kind of nods, like kind of vaguely in your guys' direction. I would be willing to take you guys out, but I'm not saying that route doesn't have risks, seeing as we are still in Old Town. You know.
We're adventurers. Risks is the name of the game. Are you
Yeah,
fucking
what are the
kidding
other
me?
options?
Well, with that, there really aren't any. It's the easiest way out if you don't want to try and scale a wall covered in guys with crossbows, which is generally
Yeah,
a
that
good way to
sounds about
continue
right.
being alive.
I was for throwing money at people instead of. Actually, no, I haven't. This is recent development. What am I talking about? That's got me all mixed up.
Shit! I got money.
I'll be right
Let me
back.
start throwing it at people.
Yeah. Listen, when you got money, sometimes you just gotta throw it at a bitch.
Well, I mean, so you're suggesting we don't leave Old City?
No, I'm just suggesting we don't leave Old City while you guys look like you're about a half an inch from death's door.
Oh, I look at my party members.
We
and
are
I myself
adventure. Hey,
with me
I am.
being 11 hit points down.
She
I
just
am
holds up a
only
finger. You might be
halfway.
adventurers, but even tired and exhausted adventurers can be killed by a small group of kobolds.
Listen,
Trust me.
I am only
Yes.
halfway to death's door. All right.
Yeah, we can rest here. I think that's fair enough.
No, that is not an option for me. I want out of
mean-
this place. I want to go to the safety of my cart.
Drake?
You're almost dead.
She just kind of rolls her eyes and like just kind of looks sidelong at you, Drake. Do you have a healing potion then? Or any sort of other magical healing method? Because as it stands, most likely your newfound friends will stab you and take your stuff.
You know, is that any different from anyone else who would act in the city?
I mean, most of them would prefer to,
She just
Stab
kind of
you
nods
indirectly.
vigorously. Yes, once you get out of Old City, there are plenty of people who aren't willing to stab you in broad daylight.
they tend to stick to back alleys.
Let's just rest up. I'm good with that.
Even I'm up for that at this point.
I hate
Drake,
all of
we're
you.
all here together. We'll make sure nothing happens.
You know, that really worked out in the fight with the demons.
Are you
When we
alive?
sought them out.
Are you alive?
Oh yeah, being
Then get over it. You have to look at the now. We're alive. I mean, I'm kind of like halfway there. I think my heart still misses a beat every few seconds, but that's fine. Aside from that, I think we're all doing all right. Like, we're hurt, but we're still together. None of us are dead.
Oh yeah, you know, that's just fine and dandy.
Will there ever be a moment you don't complain?
When I'm happy.
Have you ever been happy?
Not for a long time.
You might want to work on
All
that.
right. Well, I guess. Would you know a place we can rest? Directed towards
I'm
Serena.
just going to look around at the area.
Yeah, she
Well,
basically
I-
does the same thing.
I don't know anything about this place. This isn't really what I.
As far as
No.
I've heard, these guys are effectively in your dead. At least a
Would
little.
you-
Yeah.
Would you like to sleep in the church we just burned down?
Nope. All right. We'll see.
All right.
You know, I saw there's a really nice, like, you know, pile of trash over there.
Yeah.
A great shelter for us.
Hey, there's this nice trash over there. It's got like a cloth over it. It's only 60% broken glass. It'll be perfect. All right, let's find someone to fucking rest in here.
Yeah, you guys can just chill in the like main plaza. No one's gonna really
Yep.
bother you.
Works for me.
Yeah. Short rest, I presume.
If you want to, you could do a long rest, but I have a feeling Drake will immediately freaking veto it.
Yeah, I only need a short rest. I don't need spells.
Yeah.
We just
You
need
guys
help
can
at
like
this
take a
point.
short 30-minute break and then just get up and
Just sit down for a hot minute. All right.
catch your
Alright.
breath, freaking make sure wounds now don't
31.
have holes.
39. All right. Dog's back up to full.
Mark, did you seriously roll a 6 for every single one of those hit
Oh
dice?
my god.
I'm wondering. We're right.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
I plan to like at least roll all of them, but I still like, is this? Okay, yeah, it's not glitched. Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna roll.
Hey, back to full.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really fast, and then we will have you guys attempt to leave the city when I get back.
Oh, nice.
Attempt to leave Old City anyway.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Oh, there we go.
What was that?
I'm pretty sure that was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Peyton. Ah. Ah. Gesundheit.
But good news.
Hmm?
I'm only missing 1 hit point now.
I am back.
Damn.
Welcome back. Peyton left.
Oh.
Okay,
He left while singing.
Amelia, could you heal me? I'm missing
No.
1 hit point. I have a scratch on my hand.
Hey, Peyton.
Here, you go. I'll
Doesn't do
stitch the
anything.
scratch on his hand.
Ow! Jesus!
I think you probably just stick a band-aid on it.
Yeah.
I'm back. What
Hey,
I missed?
Peyton, I love your cover of September.
Oh, thanks. I've been working on it.
It's
Alright.
very good.
I love when I stab you to death in your fucking sleep.
So, Mitchell, did I get back that last hit point?
No.
Oh,
That's not how medicine
Don't worry,
works.
Nor. I'm 1 hit point off max as well. I could roll another hit die, but I
Haha,
guess I
idiots!
will.
I'm at full, and I
There.
fucking died.
now I have full health. I healed 1 hit point with that hit die. This is the stupidest thing.
So, well, so Serena, of course, tells you after you don't look like you're basically like near murder
Oh, death
victims.
door. Hey, I was fine.
Near murder. I like how at the end of that, I'm pretty sure I was the one with the highest health, and
Yeah.
I was also the one who died.
I did have the high. I
Iconic.
had 54 health.
But keep in mind, if you didn't heal, freaking one
Yeah.
crossbow bolt could bring down freaking Amelia and or Drake without
That is
issue.
true. That is true.
And your warlock was out of magic entirely.
Oh no, my party members were fucking almost dead. I was saying, for some fucking reason, the tank never gets hit by anything anymore.
Hey, I still had
It
33
might have
health.
something to
what?
do with intelligent foes picking the non-big shiny thing to stab.
That is true.
Hey,
I also
how about
shouldn't say
next
that,
time you
because
stay
the
next
more
to
I
the guy with
complain,
the fucking bow?
the more I complain about not
Idiot.
getting hit, the more Mitchell's gonna plan for an enemy that hits me the most and I die. So let's actually not. I'm good with how things are.
and you know, to be fair, I did go in that fight with no armor or weapon.
Yeah, basically no
Right.
weapon.
All right.
No, you had a crossbow
Yeah, it's a crossbow.
and a single bullet.
I am known
yeah.
for using crossbows.
We return the crossbow.
No, you're known for being useless
Right?
in combat.
Peyton,
Yes.
do you return the crossbow?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool. How much did you give her for that?
I was like twice the actual price of a crossbow.
Yeah.
It was an asinine amount of money. Let me find it. I give her 50 gold pieces.
Yeah, that
Jesus.
sounded right.
Take that back.
Yep, she gladly returns it to you. Well,
But
gladly. is a
I
little
made
strong.
I made her the deal that if I brought it back, or if it got back, then I give her my money back. If not, then she was paid twice the amount for a crossbow. So, and you know what? I am actually going to give her a gold piece to make up. 2 gold pieces to make up for the bolts that were used.
All right.
Actually, wait a minute. We took a short rest. I made bolts. Hand them over. This fucking carving kit is the best thing.
Oh my god. My cooking kit is so useful. Hey, I like it for lore. It's character development.
You keep spirits up.
Yep. And I motivate people to be better with my bad cooking.
Yeah.
Alright, Serena.
You motivate me to get more food, so the shit that's wasted on your bad cooking isn't completely all we have.
So or she is going to bring you guys out of the camp, kind of in what you'd guess is probably a northernly, whatever, up
Yeah.
on a map.
I also am going to ask her if she needs a scaled claw pass to get them through.
Probably best to give you the person who's trying to get you through that. Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be a bitch to get back myself. Oh well.
Well, you
Part of the
you
job.
you can just go with us and then just turn around last minute, right?
I mean, I was assuming I would just go to where you guys went through, and then once you
Yeah.
guys like start actually going through, then I'm going to break off.
Yeah, so you'd be with us when we would need it,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Plus, the good news is even if this doesn't work, I still have a that like 100 gold piece white gem. I bet that'll get me through the gates as a nice bribe.
Oh my god.
Hey man, I keep shit. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And like Mork, it's actually useful shit.
I miss Mork.
It's been a long time since Mark was gone.
It has been.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Anyway.
I'm not sure if I miss Mork. Mork caused a lot of problems that was up to me to fix.
Yeah.
As she's just kind of striding towards the northern wall, she just kind of pauses about, like, while the wall is within sight, about 200 feet off. And she just kind of turns around and asks, "You guys want to go through the Dragonborn district to get back to the Long Arm, right?"
I don't fucking know, man. Ask them.
Would that be easy?
He
Well,
just
we do
kinda
have a
goes and,
Dragonborn
like,
with us.
balances the item, like the piece of wood in one hand, just kind of like, does the like kind of a scale, the scale measuring. It's easier for
Okay.
me, but maybe not for you. It kind of depends.
Is there another way, or would that cause too much problem?
Let's just go through the fastest way.
All right, it's been decided.
I mean,
Nods.
the
This is
fastest
certainly
way
the
would probably be
fastest,
through-
not the safest.
Yeah.
As ways tend to be.
Is anywhere safe in this cursed city?
I mean,
She
it's
just kind of like points off towards her, her right in this case. She turned around to face you guys. at like a wall you'd guess is probably off in that direction. We go through the human Western District, but that has its own issues for guards not really liking people like me, or you, and you, as she points at Rowley, Z, and Drake.
All right.
They'd probably have
Dragonborn
issue
it
with you
is.
two as well, but shrugs. The other party members.
God.
All right. Dragonborn District it is.
He nods, smiles, spins on her heel, and immediately starts striding closer to the wall again.
Hey, Riley, can you take care of Rain while I'm gone?
Sure.
Thanks. Don't worry, I should only be gone for like somewhere between like a day and forever if I die.
Oh,
Somewhere in that
Um,
range.
well, try not to die, please. Would like that.
I'm typically hard to kill. I've only died once so far.
All right. As we're walking after this conversation, I do want to hurry up to where Serena is and try to catch up with her. Hey, thanks for helping us and all that. Do you want to like go grab a bite to eat somewhere? Like after all this, maybe tomorrow or something, or sometime.
Yeah, you can hear her just kind of like her mouth is moving like as you walk up to her, and she just seems to be kind of vaguely whispering what seems like names or random words. It's kind of hard to tell.
Oh boy.
And she just kind of like absentmindedly just kind of like looks in your direction and just kind of vaguely nods before looking back at the wall.
Yes. All right. Cool.
Congratulations, Riley, you did it.
A totally half-ass, half-heartedly not.
That could
even,
not
like-
be more half-assed.
Oh, God damn it.
That was
Alright.
perfectly like, yeah, what, sure, whatever.
Yep. Whatever you say.
Well, she is kind of busy going over plans.
Yeah. Well,
She's not exactly going to be giving you guys a hell of a
I'll-
lot of attention at the moment.
I'll ask her later, I guess. Again. All right,
Anyway.
that's fine. I'll leave her alone for now.
Yep. So
For now.
you reach the edge of the buildings and the like kind of 20-30 feet that separates the edge of the buildings and the kind of wall separating the two districts. She just kind of looks up at the wall. You'd guess probably searching for guards, though you guys don't see any. And after like about 10-20 seconds of just kind of standing there looking up and down the wall, just kind of quickly in a few bounds just goes over to the wall and just kind of waves you guys over.
Follow.
All right.
Yep. And then she proceeds to look pretty much at every brick laid in this area of the wall. Or not brick, but piece of stone in this case, because it's a big stone wall.
Secret corridors.
Yep. After about a good minute or so, she seems to find something that, like, at least interests her, if nothing else, and then goes and just kind of pushes that in lightly before tapping on it a couple of times. She does push her finger into like different places, but as far as you can tell, it's all in the same stone. So, yeah. After that, another stone at about a little below Rowley and Z, your eye level, like about a couple inches below. Like one of the stones just kind of slides away, or as probably rather pulled away, and you see a pair of eyes on the other side.
Hi.
The voice on the other side does not respond with hi. Yeah. In fact, he entirely ignores your comment, looks at Serena, and then says, I'm trying to... 1 second. I can pull that up, and I don't have to think about it. Oh, where is my... It's in Thieves' Cant if it's not clear.
Yeah,
Cool. I don't understand Thieves' Cant.
Yeah.
none of us do.
Basically, yeah, they discuss something for like a few moments in, as far as you guys can tell, gibberish, Like they're talking about boys and like a bunch
Yeah.
of random nonsense that doesn't seem to freaking make any sense. And after a few moments, she goes and pulls up the little piece of wood in
Plaque.
front of the slot, and you see the eyes disappear for a moment and then come back. You guess they probably nod because they vanish, but you can like still see the person's like their forehead comes into view for a moment. And then the stone gets placed back into its slot, and she turns around with a flourish, and a few of the stones slide away at around like knee level. And eventually the rest of them in that area just slide away entirely, leaving a small passageway.
Ooh.
Impressive.
All right.
It's a bit grimy and full of spiders, but it is a way in and out without issue with those buggers up there.
Sounds good. Yeah. Go ahead and crawl through, I guess.
Good luck to the lot of you.
All right.
Back into the
Well-
city we go.
Catch you later, Z.
She just kind of looks at you and says, I think you're the one who probably needs good luck. And then just kind of flips the piece of wood at you.
Luck, just like trouble,
back
follows me
alive.
like a dog.
Please.
I always do.
All right. All right. Yeah, head on through.
It'd be weird if he came back dead.
Not that weird with you in the party.
Yeah, but not can be with me. So
Clap twice if you're dead.
listen, I'm a fucking beastmaster. Trouble as well as luck, both running around like a fucking pet dog. Yeah.
Don't
she just-
dead,
she
open
waves-
inside.
Yeah, she waves the
Don't
four of you
dare.
guys through, as it's pretty clear that
Hmm.
Z is not going through.
Yeah, I'm going through. No problem.
Remember, if you see a spider with a big red hourglass on its back, stay away from it.
Yeah. She waits like an extra moment so that she can tell you, Z, that if you're coming back through this particular thing, as each of them are different, she tells you that they're more than willing to allow you through, provided you tell them Bing boned. And then just kind of
boned.
nods her head, takes a short bow, and then ducks into the hole that immediately closes after her. Like it nearly grabbed the tip of her tail.
Well, at least Riley knows how to pick them. Turn around and start strolling off.
Why wasn't I told any of this?
Because I think she realizes I'm actually competent. Also, probably because didn't she tell you like, "Hey, don't talk to these robe guys," and that was the first thing you did?
I just
Yeah.
went in for a second. She didn't even try to stop me. She didn't like, oh, no.
She probably
That-
expected you to just fucking pay attention to what she told you the first time.
I was told by friendly, beggars, be like, oh, yeah, go here. They know they're wearing around the city. I'm like, okay. She didn't say, oh, no. I
You
know
are
that-
somehow less world-wise than I am.
What else am I going to... Well, at least...
It's all of those
bail on
gunpowder
someone.
fumes that he keeps huffing.
I mean, like, oh, don't do this. Oh, he did it. I'm just going to leave him hanging.
Yes!
I'm gone.
She's a fucking thief!
That's how
Literally,
rogues
what
do.
did you expect? She's not a party member. She has no actual allegiance to you like the rest of us do.
Yeah.
Next time, like,
It's not her job to give a fuck.
I'm going to remember that next time the guards come, be like, oh, nope, sorry, my door's locked. And, oh, hey, guards, I have something for you.
I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not she was locked. She was going to pick it.
Oh, no, when, I don't know. Either way, let's continue.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone hates Drake. It's no secret.
Not true. You just make
Oh.
situations
No,
in which
super
you
don't.
think that.
You make
Not great at all,
situations in which
actually.
you do stupid shit, and then you get upset that everyone says that it was stupid.
So
Anyway, you two aren't in the same room, so we can't have this fight. Let's continue.
That hasn't
Yep.
stopped us before.
Oh my god.
But yes.
Yep. So you guys crawl through the small tunnel that leads underneath the wall, or rather
Mhm.
through the wall, and then into the other side, into the Dragonborn district.
Hell yeah.
On the other side, there are a couple cloaked guys just kind of like standing there, very obviously armed.
All right.
Yeah. There
I'm
are
not gonna-
a trio. Two of them are pretty obviously humans, even though their faces are covered. The middle one, however, is very obviously a dragonborn, mostly because he towers over the other two at about like 7 feet to their like
Oh, jeez.
guess probably maybe 5'7", 6
Yeah,
at
he's
most.
tall. Hello.
He's also covered in bright green scales.
Ah, greenie.
Yep. He does have his face covered, but of course you can see bits and pieces of him, so it's pretty obvious what his scale color is. And it does seem like his mask is not all the way pushed into place.
Hello.
They don't respond.
Cool. All right. Well, is everyone else out of the hole yet?
After like an extra 10, 20 seconds, yeah, Serena pops out of the hole on the other end. You do see at least the Dragonborn relax. The other two don't. The one on the the one on the left of the group just kind of looks at her and again says pretty much, as far as you guys are concerned, nonsense. She responds in kind. He just kind of nods, holds out like a small scale. She goes and tips a few random objects onto it. Like, as far as you can tell, they're literally worth nothing. Like, they're a button, a stone. She does place a dagger on there. She is able to reclaim it after that. He just kind of nods, looks at the Dragonborn, and then tells him in Draconic, "Lead him out. She's good." So, those that can speak Draconic, you understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
What's up?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep. And then he's going to just kind of nod backwards and turn around and start walking off, as far as you guys can tell, to the north again.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll wait for someone else to do something because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, she immediately takes the lead again.
Hell yeah.
I would guess the rest of you follow.
Yeah,
Yes.
is everyone else following me?
I don't follow.
Serena? Well, you're not, obviously.
I know. That's why I said it.
I'm gonna
For
follow,
the joke.
continuously patting Drake's head.
That makes it a little bit better.
Aw. All right.
Amelia's the only person who somewhat understands me.
Let's continue.
Yep. So, you guys walk through this area of the city, seeing quite a number of obviously impoverished Dragonborn, though you do see small groups that are very obviously armed Dragonborn, wearing usually like kind of old, either old leather armor or kind of chainmail type of garb in kind of disrepair, wielding weapons that are actually in decent, at least of decent quality. They're not rusting. And eventually make it
Well-maintained.
to the other side of the Dragonborn district without anyone like walking up and even so much as talking to you.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah. The Dragonborn that has been like kind of leading you through the city looks at Serena and says in Draconic, "You know the way out," and then just kind of walks back towards where you guys started. She does
I looked at
much a
Serena.
similar thing, except for this time without a person on the other side requesting what you'd assume is a password.
Okay.
And after another like 2 or 3 minutes, you guys are beyond the wall and back in the long arm.
Oh
No,
yeah.
these are handy.
Yeah, no fucking kidding. All right. So, Serena.
Yeah, she just kind of like, not sighs, but definitely kind of
No.
a breath of relief after being outside.
Okay. Okay, good. I thought she was sighing to me talking to her.
No.
Oh, this fucking guy again.
God damn it, he won't leave me alone.
Hmm. She just kind of like looks at you, her head just kind of cocked to the side.
So, about those going out to eat plans.
She nods.
Do you have a particular day or time that works best for you?
Oh, God.
Well, now that I've gotten my delivery done, have all the ingredients required for new bread and other things, then today at some point, whenever you wish to do that, I'd be more than willing to do whatever going out to eat with some random adventurer entails.
Some random adventure. Feels bad, man.
Yeah, no, that does.
You get a
feel
feeling
bad.
that she's not being like intentionally mean to you in
Yeah.
particular, just adventurers and normal peasants aren't exactly the same breed.
Yeah, that's
Seeing
fair.
as she
What makes
has
you say that?
You've been eating singular berries for like the last
I have
few
not.
weeks.
I have not. I actively hunt. What the fuck are you talking about? Not only do I actively hunt, that's a thing that I'm specifically better at than most people.
And you roll for. All right.
I still need to solve my
Uh,
fucking
so.
shit.
Eating on the road
Okay.
as a standard way of eating, and eating in a city at
Yeah.
a tavern or with food you've made by your own hands still makes
Cool.
you guys different from normal commoners.
So, I guess what time of day is it? Is it midday or?
I think you guys went out and did that in the definitely was midday. So the travel across both districts and through the
Oh.
passageway, it's not nighttime. It's like 3 in the afternoon. It took you a couple
Okay.
hours.
All right. I need to find a fucking place to eat because Raleigh has not thought this far ahead. Okay. So
Have you asked around before? Where's a good place to eat?
I'm going to, but I need some time. So I guess I'll tell her in a few hours, like 2, 4.
Split the difference. Go with 3.
3 hours. Thanks, voice in my head.
Thumbs up.
I guess we can go somewhere. I'll find a place. We'll meet at the inn. Yeah.
She just kind of vaguely gestures toward like further down the road. The inn we've been staying at, or one of the
Yes.
other dozen that are lining this street?
The one we've been staying at. That one. We're not eating there. We're gonna meet there so we can go to a place to eat. Yeah.
She just kind of vaguely nods.
This hurts. This hurts my soul.
It's bad on purpose.
Yep.
Mostly.
I know, but it still hurts.
Yeah.
I'm walking through Old District just cringing randomly.
Like, oh god,
Oh,
no, what is
God.
he feeling? Is Raleigh embarrassing himself
Oh,
again?
God.
Oh, no, he is.
My party's doing something stupid. It's going off again.
All right, cool.
To be
So,
fair, wouldn't that be going off all the time?
Yes.
oh yeah. By the way, Nor,
It's
did you just
constantly on.
fucking bolt as soon as you got out?
Oh yeah, I just started full on sprinting.
All right, bye. Okay. All right. Well, I'll
Actually, wait.
see you.
Is Amelia
see you
trying to keep up?
I don't
Oh,
think Amelia
Amelia.
can.
Okay, it depends on what Amelia's doing. If Amelia's
Amelia
trying
has
to
armor.
make it- Well, it depends.
You're
If
strong enough to
Amelia's-
like use it in combat, but I would assume running is
A full tilt sprint's kind of out of reach.
Yeah.
Amelia's just walking.
Yep. You know where he's going,
Yeah.
probably.
I end up in the sewers again.
no.
All right, so
You end up at the sewers and pending somehow. So what the
I'm
fuck
gonna,
happened?
I'm gonna start asking around for nice place. Well, not. I'm not looking for fancy. I'm looking for good food. Not like I don't want like an expensive. Oh, we're so fancy here. I'm looking for like a really like this place has great like fucking.
You're looking for a
delicious-
diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Hell yeah, I am.
Well,
You know what
I
I
can
mean.
tell you there aren't any nice restaurants like
Good.
here.
That's
So,
what I wanted to avoid.
You'll be hard pressed to find any of those anyway.
Good. All right.
There are,
And I'll
as
start
she
asking
said,
around.
the like 24 inns along this stretch, which all serve some sort of food. Yeah.
Yeah, but I want like delicious, like really good food.
The problem is about
this has
every
gotta
other
be
person
good.
give you conflicting advice about which inn has the best food.
You want delicious, really good food. You need to make it yourself. Oh wait, I remember how that went 2 weeks in a row.
Fuck you.
Poorly.
All right. Can I roll to get more concrete information?
Sure, go ahead and
Get
roll
like
insight.
a more general consensus.
Insight. Oh, I'm so good at insight.
Yeah, unfortunately, you
Damn.
can't tell who is
Fuck.
telling the utter truth and who is just basically giving you the line.
I know exactly where to eat, and he shows up at blacksmith's. Perfect.
He makes great seared steak. Okay, so
It's got perfect mood lighting.
shit. Fuck.
This is, by the way, taking you about like half an hour already to just wander around the streets talking to random people.
Shit. Ugh. God damn it. I don't know what to do.
We're adventurers.
We're adventurers. This is not what
It-
this
it
game
just
is
felt
intended
fitting.
for. Mhm. Mhm. Is
We
there
go
anyone
to
I have
each
connection?
restaurant and try out their food.
I could.
Try out
But,
the food
like-
of 17 restaurants.
Yeah, but like, would I just be like, I would like a sample of your food?
I hate to tell you, but along the long arm, the only restaurants are going to be inns.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's either going to be inns or trail rations for food
I'm
along
not-
the long arm.
I'm
and I can
not
tell you trail rations
concerned-
aren't very good.
I'm not
Hey, I make some
concerned
damn
with
good trail
an
rations.
actual
No,
restaurant.
not
I just
those.
want-
They're like beef jerky and gruel. It's not
By
good.
restaurant, I just meant
Hey,
places.
jerky's hype.
Even if
Anyway.
it's just like not a, I don't know, just I just want to sit down and eat food. I'm a fucking adventurer. I don't need fancy restaurants yet. That'll be later in my adventure when I open my own.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just start going to the ones people suggest and how would one sample food at a fucking inn? I can't order smaller portions, so I could just start blowing money ordering a full course, eat a small bit of it, and then not eat the rest. Oh my god. This is the worst. I don't know what I'm
Just
doing.
like offer to pay for someone's meal, but also say I just want a single bite of it.
Oh.
You'll look so bizarre, but
It'll be the weirdest.
there'll
fucking
probably
thing.
be some takers.
All right. That's such a weird thing to offer.
Yeah, it is. That's why I offered it. I thought it was fitting. You got a 1 on insight. This probably seems like a great idea to you.
Yeah. Well, I'm good at cooking, so fuck. Hmm.
You're good at cooking in the way that someone who like just fucking rips it is good at cooking.
I've been practicing. Raleigh's been doing a lot of reading, which is hard. and
Actually, yeah, that's true.
practicing.
That's fair.
He's been actually trying. He really enjoys cooking at this point. Okay, so
I just got all those books that were completely useless.
yeah, that still bums me out, but that's fine.
Maybe we'll get back down there someday.
Okay. You know, I probably should have figured out what Serena likes first. Fuck.
Well, you know that she's the baker, so
That is
5 billion
true.
IQ.
Oh, maybe there's a place with baked. All right, I'm gonna start asking around to see if there's anywhere that has any like. Oh, God damn it! It's gonna be the same fucking thing. Any good baked goods?
yep, it is going to be the same role.
Okay, insight again.
Yep.
Not 20.
Hey, that's
take
actually
those-
not bad for a -1.
Yeah. As you're just kind of wandering around asking people for baked, like places with good baked goods, you don't actually find too many people that are either know exactly what you're talking about or average people who have come out to ask, like basically pin up a quest, who tell you basically go further in the city, which is utterly worthless to you.
Yeah.
But you do meet a drow who, seeing as it's still like, the afternoon, has his cloak pulled up over his head and is like profusely complaining in what you'd assume is probably Undercommon. Unless you understand Undercommon,
Damn,
which you
I
know,
wish
then
Z
he's
was here.
profusely
Wait,
complaining.
does Z know Undercommon?
I sure do.
Okay, then I definitely recognize the complaints as
Alright.
like complaints. I don't know what they're saying.
My complaints are mostly actually insults.
But yeah,
Yeah, that's probably still understandable. You can
Yeah.
tell the freaking pissed about.
Oh, that's similar.
Yeah,
I
he does
recognize this from
have
Z.
the one thing that you can see underneath his hood, because they stick out like a damn sore thumb on his face, is a pair of bright glowing orange eyes. In his left hand, he seems to also be clutching some sort of like kind of pointed shape that seems to be the like same kind of color. It's kind of vaguely glowing. Every now and then, when he's wandering around, he does hold it up, like kind of in front of his eye, to almost look at it, but at the same time look through it, as far as you can tell.
Okay, it's some seeing device.
Yep. But yeah, you end up deciding to ask him why,
Hell yeah.
where one of the better places is. He, for his credit, does at least answer you.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
And Undercommon.
Oh, actually doesn't start in Undercommon. He starts in Common, and just kind of looks at you when you ask if there's a place with good good places with like, oh my goodness, good baked goods. And he
Right.
asks, what sort of baked goods exactly are you looking for?
Ooh. Something
Bread, pies, sweets. Sweets you'll have a hard time finding.
I like sweets, but no, not sweets. No. I like those, but I don't know. Well, she did mention bread. So
Jesus. The Bumble King is in town, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. He goes and just kind of like fixes you with a look, and you just see a small, like, mischievous smile cross his face for an instant.
probably pie. I don't know. Bread, pie. Something a baker would appreciate.
You have literally not narrowed it down at all.
I know. This is the point.
Negative.
Very
Provided you
bad
don't
at
mind
this.
elven bread and some not sweet pies, then I can offer you a good place to go to eat.
Yeah. Okay.
He goes and just kind of vaguely points down the street behind him. There's a place called the Dragon and the Wind. They have terrible alcohol, no elven wine anyway, but they do have a very plentiful and fairly sweet light elven bread and I suppose other things. I couldn't eat their pies, seeing as they forgot to tell me that they have meat in them.
What a bitch.
And then he just
Doesn't
kind of
even eat meat.
calms himself for a moment. As well as most of the other junk they have there, but seeing as you are half orcs, then you probably would more than be happy to not have their vegetable products. He just says it with such a freaking You can sense that the vegetable products there are not particularly of good taste.
Everyone loves drow and their casual racism.
All right, cool. So the pies are good, and the bread's pretty good too. The alcohol's probably gonna be fine. It's not fancy, so it's fine. All right,
It's pretty clear that he's looking for something in particular, and they don't have.
Yeah. So what is this called? The
He's
Dragon's
looking
what?
for some fine elven cognac.
What was the place called, Mitchell? I forgot to write it down.
It
Dragon
is
Wind, right?
Yeah, the dragon and the wind.
Oh, Dragon and Wind. All right. Well, thank you.
He just kind of vaguely waves off at you. As like you're kind of walking away, you do see him hold up his like small crystal and gaze at you through it, and then just kind of chuckle to himself and wander away.
What? What's going on?
You don't know.
Oh no! All right, I'm gonna go to the Dragon in the Wind, and I'm gonna check the place out, scout it out. You know.
See if the baker's trustworthy. If he isn't, kill him. Replace with Mountain Guy. Mountain Guy's
Yeah,
me.
there you go.
Yep. So the inn itself is it's not even a wooden building. It's actually a building made out of stone. Like it looks like someone basically picked up a giant boulder and then just carved a tavern out of it.
Great.
It's sitting against the kind of inner wall most of the way back around the long arm, like kind of closer to where you guys entered. Inside, it is pretty like cramped. Like you actually have to kind of lean down a little bit.
Damn it.
It's kind of filthy. It's pretty dimly lit.
God damn it.
You see a little sign by the door that says basically no preaching.
No soapboxing.
Yeah. And then underneath in like kind of carved into the stone, like with a chisel, it says especially Darrison.
Huh.
All right.
Also, I fucking love drow.
Let me go up.
Yeah, standing behind the bar, you do see a large orc who is, of course, leaning over with like bright styled blonde hair, which is very,
God.
very weird looking.
Yo!
I love it. He's rocking that style so fucking good.
I'm so
Yeah.
glad you found that drow.
All right,
Everything's
I go
gotten
up to the
better.
orc.
He's currently like pouring a beer, but when you walk up to the bar, he like turns around and just kind of gives you an orcish smile, which you'd guess most people would be like, why is he threatening me? But you
Half smile, half scowl.
obviously can tell. Yeah, you can easily tell that he's actually happy.
All right.
Does it mean that every time
Um,
I scowl at you, it's like, oh, they're smiling?
No,
Greetings.
orcs have a very specific face.
That's
It's
fair.
hard to tell for other people. He just kind of greets you, tells you that his name is Hagrin Kakarthroth. What do you need to do here in his tavern? He hopes that you have a drink and some food.
Yes, I was.
Or at least
What is,
something, seeing as it
yeah.
is incredibly boring in here.
Well, I heard that you got some pretty good pies here, and I wanted to check it out.
He nods. Indeed. One of our dishes is the kidney pie.
Hmm.
Lots of those in this area like it. Although there are some more uppity customers who extremely don't like it.
Well, I've only heard good things from non-uppity customers, so...
Yeah, he smiles at you.
It's not about the
Yeah.
qualifying statements.
Let's see. Is
With
it
qualifying,
purchased
with enough qualifying statements, anything's true.
Is it purchased in the whole, or is it possible to get a portion?
Well, if you want the whole meal, it'll be 7 silver plus a couple of copper pieces. If you want the whole, like just a little sliver, we can give you we can charge you less for it. We also
Yeah,
have
I'll-
pecan pie, though there's not many slices of that left.
What?
I want the pecan pie. Shit.
Raleigh is having a fucking seizure.
But I want
Pecans.
to. But I won't. I don't want to spoil my appetite. Yeah. I'll have a small sliver
Iconic.
of the kidney pie, and then a slice of the pecan pie.
All right. So he goes and yells in Orcish at the barmaid to go and get those for you.
Theo never
She immediately
changed.
just kind of like it doesn't sound nice, seeing as it's Orcish, and because he's yelling across the tiny bar, which really doesn't need to be yelled across, since it's literally like you could step across it in like five steps. It's not very big, but she looks a lot happier about it, seeing as apparently there's not much to do. So at least it's something. So
That's
she
fine.
kind of scuttles into the back to go get it. In the meantime, he just kind of looks at you, visibly thinks for a few moments, and then basically holds up a trio of fingers on one hand, and just kind of holds up all five on the other hand.
35 gold pieces.
8?
Mm,
8 silver?
He nods.
Okay. Yeah. I'll hand over 8 silver.
Yep.
Let's do.
He barely looks at him. He just kind of slides them off the counter into what you'd assume is probably some sort of like you hear them clink together, but you don't hear anything.
He slides them on
Okay.
the floor.
Cool.
Perfect.
And then time passes.
Mm-hmm. So, the nice little place you got here.
Keep in mind, Theo, I wouldn't demand that people have that, but I'm sorry. What did you ask?
I was
Yeah,
just
distracted me.
commenting small talk. Nice little place you got here.
He nods. Bought it. Well, bought it is probably not quite the right term, but I got the deed somehow.
Kill the man for it. You know, an Orcish buy.
He is only speaking
that
Orcish,
racist?
by the way. He's not
Can't
speaking.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm speaking back in Orcish.
Yep.
Well, I think this place is probably fitting for Raleigh to take someone to, because it just screams like Raleigh's fucking choice in like everything.
This is perfect.
It's perfect. Yeah. So, y'all get a lot of business, or is it just a slow day?
Well, not too many half works in tonight. Or today yet. We might have a few more straggling in.
Oh boy. Well, that's fine by me. How do y'all feel about the and this is going to be in Orcish, obviously. Is there anyone else in here, or is it just us for now?
There are a human and a halfling in kind of like one of the corners of the room, just kind of like rolling these weird wooden dice, but they don't seem to be paying any attention to you. They also seem to be pretty obviously like adventurers. He's not dressed up in guard uniform. He's dressed up like the halfling is only wearing like leather armor. Well, might be armor. It looks like it actually might just be like kind of nicer, like sewn in clothing. And
Right.
the warrior is very obviously in like mishmash like plate and chainmail.
Okay. How do you feel about the Dragonborn?
He just kind of shrugs and goes and like fills up a beer with one of the beer mugs and just downs it. Don't really have much to think about them. The humans care a heck of a lot about the scaly buggers, but if they pay, then I don't especially care. If they don't pay,
That's
at
what I
least
like.
things get interesting for a little while.
Yeah. Well, that's what I like to hear. Cool.
Yeah. By the way, when he says that, of course, he gives you another freaking knowing smile. Because you have a pretty good idea of what that means.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, wait some more. Want my fucking pecan pie?
Yep. After about like 2 minutes or so, the barmaid walks back out and just kind of sets it down on the counter in front of you, along with a wooden fork.
Cool. There's no place to sit down at the counter, right? I just go to a table.
If you want, there are definitely seats by the counter.
Okay, yeah, I'll just sit by the counter then. That's fine. I'm just eating alone. So, first things first, I'm gonna try that. What is it? Liver pie? Did you say?
Yeah. Well,
I'm
kidney
gonna
pie.
try that. Kidney pie. Okay,
Pretty close.
not liver pie. It's a. Pardon me. Kidney pie. I'll try that out. How is it?
Mm,
Is it delicious?
like it's edible.
Damn it!
It's not the best thing you've ever had, but like you've definitely had
Ugh.
better kidney pies, but it's not poisoning you, so
Fucking food at the inn was better than this. Might just end up going out to eat at the fucking inn we're staying at. Alright. Cool. Now so that's edible. Not God damn it. Okay.
Riley takes out a small notepad and clicks a pen.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna eat the pecan pie.
the pecan pie is significantly better.
Ooh. Okay.
It's sweet, like a little bit bitter and crunchy because of the pecans. It doesn't have a very thick crust, so it kind of like falls apart, but that doesn't really care. Like it doesn't matter as much as one might seeing as it's pretty well
How much-
contained.
How much did the pecan pie cost alone? Was that
You
how much
don't
was
know.
this
If you,
slice of
you
this?
can,
Yeah, how much was this slice of the pecan? I know I bought both, but I'm curious.
well, seeing as you decided to not have the full meal, I just kind of cut the main dish in two. So it's about 3 and 5.
5 for the pecan.
He shakes his head.
Oh,
3 silver and 5 copper for the pecan.
Oh, 3 silver, 5 copper. Okay. Cool. I'm writing that down. Got to keep track of prices for my menu when I come out with my restaurant.
I don't think you should be using this guy's prices as a
No, I
system.
don't think I should either, but I can compare it to other ones later. All right, well, the pie was delicious. I say, not specifically referring to which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And
He
it
doesn't
makes
really
true
look
with enough
particularly-
qualifying statements.
But he does smile.
All right. Well, thank you kindly. And I'm going to be on my way. Damn it.
All right.
How much time has
So-
passed? Am I going to be doing this for the whole day, trying to find a good fucking restaurant?
Literally just take her there for the pie.
Possibly.
Fucking idiot.
It's not great pie. I want to treat her to some nice food.
I mean, we've been on the road with her for like a month. Anything except for the fucking trail rations is going to be pretty decent. Especially when like the first 2 weeks was just your shit ass cooking.
All right. Fair enough.
Those were the 2 weeks where I was using good berries.
Hmm.
The 2 weeks of good berries to
How much
save
time has
us.
passed?
It's like the sun's still up. But for the moment, what are you doing in the old city district?
Oh, I'm gonna go back to that one place where we almost got jumped by the kids.
All right. Yep, so you make your way back there.
And now we look for tracks.
Go ahead and roll survival.
Let me find. Boop. Elite tracker.
You actually do have some trouble finding any tracks at all, but they did leave some. So Like they
Elite
were
tracker.
actually remarkably careful, but you were able to find a few things here and there.
I'm just gonna follow this for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So, yep, you followed their trail for about an hour, just kind of winding through the city, almost seemingly at random. Like they just kind of turn down random streets without any real connection. You do see a few like kind of old guards in the distance, but they don't really interact. They're either busy like grabbing stuff from like a half collapsed building or gathering crossbow bolts or doing something important, so they're not really paying attention to a single person wandering around with a wolf. You're clearly not a robed person and you're not a kid, so they don't care.
Yeah, it's fair. So fair enough, I suppose.
And after about an hour, you haven't reached a destination. The trail still clearly is continuing.
I might as well just keep following it. Eventually, either I'm going to find them, or they're going to find me. Either one is a success in my book. So, just gonna keep following it. Should I roll again?
No, it's pretty clear at this point that they're not hide it as well.
Okay.
So, yep. Eventually, the tracks lead you to kind of like what seems like an old bakery or something like that.
Oh,
Like,
sure,
it
I love
has-
this place.
Yeah, it has a big chimney that's like a little thicker than a normal house, and it has like when you actually like look inside, there are a big stone oven with, well, what would probably be wood or ashes, but the oven's been thoroughly gotten, like all that stuff's been gotten rid of, boards and other things. Anything of any value has been obviously either destroyed or taken.
All right, so it's mostly empty.
Yeah. Like, there's, like, 2 shelves that are still up, though certainly one of them looks like one of its pegs is probably doesn't have much life left. Other than that, and, like, tons of footprints to the point where, like, they were here, but any real information about what they're all doing here is lost in all of the nonsense. Like, there are literally, like, hundreds of footprints here that are all crisscrossed and on top and below each other. It's nonsense.
Maybe they're having a ball. Well, I've seen enough of these recently. I'm going to look for any secret passages.
All right.
Do you believe in investigation?
Yep.
Nope.
Nope. You search the cupboards. You even like bother searching the like chimney a little bit, but after like a couple minutes of looking around the bakery, you don't find anything of any interest. Nothing like obviously as like secret door or even like a hidden passage.
All right. Well, let's head back outside and see if we can find tracks leading away from the place.
There are plenty of those.
And let's try and follow some of those. Ideally, whichever ones look newest. So I presume survival.
Yep, another survival for this.
Ooh, even better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting good at tracking.
Yep.
These kids suck at hiding their tracks. What idiots.
So you are able to find some of... Yeah, you're able to find some of their tracks so you can follow it.
Follow.
Yep. About another 15 minutes later, you do find as in see ahead on the trail you're probably following, a small group of kids kind of like running around the corner.
I mean, let's go. Let's try and be a little bit stealthy.
All right.
So I'm gonna roll a stealth. Let's see if the dog's able to keep up with stealth. Nope.
No.
Or the dog gives away a lot less than me showing up.
So you guys follow them around the corner of the, basically corner.
Yep.
It's like a street corner, so follow around the building. You do, you kind of catch sight of them diving down one of the alleyways.
God, alright, let's go. This is gonna go so poorly.
All right. Yep, you kind of sneak up to the alleyway and look down it and see a small group of kids. It seems to be a group of 3 that seem to have, well, 2 of them are definitely on the younger side, below 10, you'd guess. The one's at least larger than the other 2, which you'd assume is probably older, is holding some sort of small leather pouch that he kind of dumps out on the ground, and it's full of, well, there's a handful of coins, a couple of other just kind of random knickknacks that people carry around, dice, or there's a couple of bones in there, but obviously not what they're looking for, as they kind of pick over it for a couple of not a couple of moments, but 30 seconds or so. They just kind of discard it all, including the coins, actually, and then go, and the elder kid ties the bag to his, ties the little leather pouch to his belt, and then orders the other 2 kids to follow him further down the passageway.
Let's just keep following for now. I'll scoop up the coins as I go past.
All right.
So
They are. Yeah, there's a single gold coin, 2 silver coins, and a handful of copper coins.
A handful is what, 4 or 5?
If you want to stop to count them, sure.
And I'll just fucking pocket those.
Right.
Throw them into a pocket.
Yep.
Pocket. No, handful. I say pocket. Just keep following.
They go and sprint around the corner up ahead, out of the alleyway, back onto major streets. And you kind of follow them through a couple of side streets. They don't seem to be paying particularly close attention, or if they are, if they've noticed Sieg, then they haven't bothered looking backwards to make any note of it. And eventually they kind of stop around one of the corners, with one of the little kids kind of taking up the lead for a moment and just kind of peeking around it and whispering something back to the elder kid before he just kind of the younger kid darts around the corner. By the way, the 3 are the 2 younger kids. One of them is a young boy and the other one is a young girl.
All right.
Of course, elder boy is an elder boy.
Yeah.
They are also humans, by the way. So
makes no difference to me.
Yeah.
I don't see color, I just see idiots.
You hear a yell of surprise from around the corner, and then a kind of you can't understand the language, but it just certainly sounds freaking curse-like. And the little kid comes whipping back around the corner, and just keeps kind of sprinting down the street past your hiding place. And around the corner, a man in long robes that look quite familiar to you comes running around the corner before he slams his head into the freaking dirt, or rather cobblestones, as the freaking elder kid trips him with a, literally just sticks out his foot. Collapses to the ground and then gets repeatedly stabbed by the other 2.
Tough little shit. All right, I like it.
Yep. The little kid that sprinted past you, turns around after another, 100 feet and then just kind of trots back. They start going through this guy's pockets looking for... They tear off a little bit of his cloak, enough to make, a small cape for the little kids. Take a couple of pouches off of him. The youngest the younger boy takes what looks like a just kind of metal rod. At least for him, it's about like the size of his his arm,
Jesus.
like a good 2-3 feet long. That's probably a little long, probably 2 feet long. He just kind of waves it around like a baton. He clearly doesn't know what he's doing with it. And then they turn around and start kind of being a little more stealthy than they normally were being, back across the street before headed back in the direction that you've come.
Keep going. Why not? I'm this far in.
Yep. After another couple side streets, they pause, duck into an alleyway, and look through the bags. These ones apparently have stuff that they want. Unfortunately, since they wanted them, they don't pour them on the ground for easy viewing.
Actually, I was going to say, as they start looking at the bags, I'm going to sneak closer.
All right. How close are you getting?
I had a pretty good roll. I think it's 10 feet and 15 feet. I'll leave the dog back.
All right. Yeah, even 15 feet away, it's still hard to make out. Doesn't look shiny at the very.
All right.
They're standing in an alleyway, so there's not a heck of a lot of light. But even with the limited light that's coming in from the alleyway that you're standing at the other end of, you'd still be able to see something if it was, jewel or gold or anything of that nature. Regardless of what it is.
Components.
Yeah, they kind of, the older boy opens up one, the other two open up another. They just kind of poke around in it. The elder boy nods, tells them that this is what the Quickling is looking for, and then basically ties that one into his belt. The other little kids just kind of hold it. The little boy hands the little girl this one and holds his weird metal rod thing.
All right.
And then they all run off back towards what you'd guess is where they started. At least they're kind of heading in that general direction as far as you can kind of mentally map.
All right, let's keep following.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, I think I've been trailing these guys. I've been traveling for a little while, so my mental map should be getting better as I go.
Yep. So eventually they make it back to the bakery where you kind of found their trail. Another two groups of kind of the same general setup, an elder kid with a couple of little kids along behind them. Although the other two groups, one of them is the elder kid is actually a girl. She seems to be a little older than most of even the other two. You'd guess probably the older boys are maybe 12. At just kind of a guess, definitely not yet adulthood. She's very clearly nearing adulthood, 14, maybe even 15. She looks more like an elder, an old teenager human.
All right.
And she actually has a one of those metal rods as well, though she seems to you can tell the difference between how she holds it and how the little kid holds it. She clearly knows what it's for, just by how she's holding the rod.
She seems to have a level of competence.
Yeah. The other one is a kind of a similar setup. She also has a trio of little boys after her. Years old, you bet. They all have knives.
They all have knives.
Yeah. Well, all of them seem to be holding a dagger or a kitchen knife of some sort. She is the exception. She is not. She only has her rod, as far as you can tell.
So
they
they're all
literally have it shoved into their belt, or in kind of a sewn pocket to a certain extent. They don't have any scabbards. The little girl just kind of looks, or the older eldest girl looks at the other group, kind of asks out loud what they found. All of them either respond with, "We found what we were looking for. We were unsuccessful," etc. The two groups all say in unison at the same time, so it's a massive cacophony of about 7 kids all trying to talk at the same time. as you'd probably guess, that doesn't help her very much, and she kind of quiets them down and forces them to tell her like one at a time, specifically the leaders.
You should probably work out a better system than that.
I'm guessing you do say that loud enough for them to hear.
Oh yeah. I say that as I emerge from stealth.
Yeah, they all.
I'm starting to get bored.
Yep, they definitely all jump back, and at least the elder kids, the two older boys, pull out their knives, and the girl just kind of moves into a. You've seen mages before. It's kind of like you've seen a combat stance for a mage. It's definitely that, but certainly not a trained combat stance.
Impromptu, I like it.
Yep, the little kids are a little slower to act, but they do eventually pull out their little. They basically have like steak knives, effectively.
I'm going to ask that none of you try and stab me. I feel like that would go relatively poorly for everyone involved.
Yeah. Little girl, who apparently is the leader of the expedition by how she kind of steps forward in front of the rest of them, looks you in the eye, which, she has to look up because she's not quite so tall.
Yeah.
And demands to know who you are.
I'm Z. And yourself?
She looks a little taken aback, but does compose herself fairly quickly.
It's always fun to catch people off guard.
Second, I need to. Put that down.
I'm about to be stabbed by like fucking 10 kids.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. She tells you that her name is Grignon.
Grignon.
Grignon, she corrects.
Grignon, sorry. And given that your name is Grignon and not Quickling, I'm going to assume you're not in charge of the full band.
She shakes her head.
I got that right. It would have been very embarrassing if I didn't.
I might be one of the elder kids, but I'm not Quickling himself. Or itself.
So it actually might be a fae. Interesting.
She obviously looks at you kind of confused, but not understanding what exactly you're talking about. But doesn't decide to comment. The two boys behind her are definitely not entirely for this whole talking thing. You can see them both kind of itching.
I'm going to ask you to calm down. It's not type of thing that I would prefer to turn into a stabbing fest. Especially given that there are more of you than there are of me. So,
Yeah. The kid just kind of goes and... Just a second. Yeah. He goes and looks... kind of looks at her back for a moment and says effectively, what do you think this person is, a band dog? She just seems to look at you quizzically and then shakes her head.
Fuck's a band dog. Just mutter that under my breath.
Yeah. The two boys kind of continue starting to ask questions, and then she just kind of cuts them off with her, our offhand, effectively. What do you want? You're clearly not one of those who follow the weird demon monsters.
I'd killed a couple of those. Don't really think they'd accept me at this point.
And you haven't immediately attacked or tried to capture us like the old men do. So, who are you and what do you want?
I already told you who I am.
Yeah, a name. Great.
Yeah.
So helpful.
Sorry, here. I'm Z the Adventurer. There's a name and a title. Would you like to give your name and title now? Since it's what we're doing?
I've already done that.
Well, you gave your name, not a title.
I'm one of the elder kids. She just kind of looks at you confused. Like, that should have been incredibly obvious.
Yeah, I'm not really from around here.
So, Z the Adventurer,
Yeah, just Z is fine.
why are you at... She just kind of, like, just gestures around with her offhand.
Well, I came looking for you. Not specifically you, more of just group as a whole. Had some things I wanted to ask. I figured, well, I could wait for you guys to try and jump me, like the first group almost tried. I figured it'd also be a good way to see how much you guys are actually aware of your surroundings. Just find one of you and follow for a little bit. Not very aware of your surroundings, by the way.
Yeah. She just kind of, like, looks down at the littler kids and then just kind of waves off, and they just kind of scatter into the surrounding buildings, or other than the bakery. They do avoid the bakery for some reason.
Well, that's good. Seems like I'm being stabbed today.
No, I'm making sure that they're at least safe.
I'm not going to stab a kid. I'm not a fucking animal.
Congratulations, you're better than some of those around here then.
Why are they trying to? I assume the demon worshippers is for sacrifice reasons. More like the other ones about Yatar. The what did you call them? The old ones?
He nods.
Why are they trying to stab you? And vice versa. Since it doesn't exactly seem one-sided.
Trying to take us away.
Away from what? To what?
Live in their place. With their rules.
Alright. So then, I assume it means you'd rather live in your place with your rules. Now, what are your rules? What makes you any better than them?
That we actually get fed. We don't have to live in poverty as often.
Implying they don't feed you?
They don't feed themselves.
Hmm.
As far as you
Fair.
can remember, they were able to consume food.
Yeah, it's
They, in fact, had an entire warehouse full of what you'd assume is probably food
Yeah.
and other items.
I am just going to raise a single eyebrow at that they can't feed themselves. Say, then who feeds you? Since apparently
feed
you
us.
can feed yourself. All right, how do you get that food?
By taking it from those coming through. From the cloaked people, the old men, and those who come from outside.
So what? People like me as well? Well, not exactly like me, but you know.
Sometimes. They don't usually talk as much, though.
Doesn't seem
Or are they
very
talking
safe.
gobbledygook? One of the little boys just kind of slaps himself in the face. The one that was calling you a band dog. It's like, no, they're not. It's a code. I've told all of you. It's a code. It's not that hard. I figured it out. She just kind of gives him a quick look and then kind of continues. He shuts up.
He's not entirely wrong.
Kid figured out thieves can't. Holy shit.
Yeah, like just shrug and say he's not wrong. Doesn't seem like a very safe life, though. For instance, I've met plenty of people who, given the first encounter we had with quicklings, would have just ended up trying to kill all of them on the spot. Likely would have been more than effective.
She nods. That's the usual response. That's why I'm even bothering to talk to you, since you're actually talking.
Yeah.
At least
I
you
know
don't
eno-
shoot at us from the walls.
I know enough languages. I should probably use some of them.
You do see a small spark of interest behind her, like she's like definitely glaring at you. But you do see just a minor spark when you mention languages. It doesn't last very long.
Bit of
But
a linguist, are you?
She doesn't seem to quite understand. I like learning more than some.
Learning's
One
good.
would be the other little boy who hasn't like spoken up in this conversation yet, at the very least. Goes and says, "Why the hell do you even bother? All it's good for is burning anyway." She
Learning's good.
immediately like
Keeps you
just
safe.
forgets the conversation and rounds on him. You haven't really been burning my books, have you? He just kind of shrugs. Once in a while, you seem to forget. She immediately just whaps him aside the head with the metal rod.
Hey man, books are expensive. Do not burn them. You fucking animal.
You haven't been down here in the winter, have you?
I mean, I lived a winter not great. Didn't really have much for clothes. But, you make do.
She seems to like remember herself and like turn back around. Not whirls back around, but does like slowly turn. With a
It's
sigh.
that simple.
Yeah. With a sigh, she does just kind of look at you. What do you want exactly? We can't give you anything. If you really want to kill us or steal things, then you're more than welcome to try.
If I really wanted to kill you,
But
do you think I would have started this with a conversation if I wanted to kill you?
you just
I'd be a
shrug.
shitty murderer.
You'd be surprised here.
Then again, I guess in theory you don't seem as on guard when I first met you, so that would probably help, but I prefer more direct confrontation. And no, I did not come to steal anything from you or ask for you to give me anything. I merely came to try and better understand the situation. And also to, see how bad you guys were doing.
We're doing fine.
I'd like to insight that.
I'm not even going to force you to roll. She's lying. At least somewhat.
And how fine are you doing?
Well enough on our own.
I'm just going to give her a hard stare. It's like, yeah, sure you are.
Z, Peyton, are you trying to adopt more children?
I am not trying to adopt more children, although that'd be fucking hilarious.
Okay, Norix, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to be big boss.
Oh, I should.
Big buck.
Are
She
you
again
liquid?
just kind of like looks you in the eye. Then what do you want? Unless
Well,
you're going to give us food.
Well, yeah, the original idea was to come here to, try and help out
And she
something.
just kind of like whispers for like this kind of last one, so it's just barely hearable. Teach us stuff. Then I would suggest you leave. It's not safe here in Old Town.
I can take care of myself. But, I mean, I would
She just
be willing
kind
to
of
teach
like
you.
looks you up and down with the holes in your armor. I suppose you can.
Well, given
It
how many
doesn't, like,
holes
give
are
you
in my
a-
armor and how alive I still am.
Yeah. Well, that's why she said that. Yeah, she kind of gives you a half a smile for a moment, and the other like just kind of pushes the kid who was kind of been talking the most, like just kind of pushes his arm down. Fine.
Fine.
What do you really want then?
Well, I was going to, try and offer to help you guys some, but I guess since you're doing so well alone, then my assistance really isn't needed, is it? I got just the shit-eating smirk.
Yeah. She just kind of looks at you. If you're gonna offer help, you might as well get on with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just flat out say, yeah, I'm offering help.
So what kind of help?
Well, I know a few things. As well as the
Clearly
fact that
don't
I
have anything we particularly want. Especially that weird creepy bow.
Nah, I'm meaning to get rid of it. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that.
She actually does kind of visibly shiver when she looks at the bow.
Oh,
It
you
has
got
that
a good
effect.
curse.
It has that effect.
Well, keep in mind what she is and what that bow is. Other than its unpleasant look.
Well, I'm willing to offer some food, and also, I have been around the block a few times. I could probably teach you a thing or two. Not the least to mention, at least a little bit of language.
Yeah. You do see her soften a little bit. The second kid who was, kind of talking about book burnings, etc., kind of steps forward and tells you that most likely they're going to have to ask the Quickling whether or not you can actually help.
All right, then go ask him.
He just, that kid tells you that you need to leave, or else they can't do that.
Okay. So what
Good
do you
night.
kids think about bombs? No.
I don't think Z would be willing to give kids bombs.
I still have that bomb.
I know, but I have a feeling
So-
he'd be more worried about them accidentally blowing themselves up.
So, kids, what do you think about kamikaze? All right. I'm going to just look and say, all right, then I will make a pretty easy trail to follow. Hopefully, even you can manage to do that. When you have gotten your answer, do come find me. I'm going to just start wandering off.
All right. Yeah, so you wander off. I'm guessing you're like bothering to actually leave like an obvious trail.
Yes, I'm like knocking shit over randomly.
Yep.
Like walk past like a trash can, just kick it over.
Yeah. As you're just kind of wandering around, you do say the old, just kind of like sitting around.
Wait, say again? I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, you see like as a group of the old guard just kind of sitting around near, but like not near the bakery. You've wandered off for about like half an hour before you find them. They seem to just be kind of like standing or sitting around one of the statues. You've seen a couple as you're wandering around.
I'm just gonna go up and look at the statue.
All right. This particular one is, they're, as far as you can tell, have all been of humans. This one's no different. It's kind of like one of its arms has been broken off. The other one seems to be holding a sword, but like not the like triumphant, the sword up in the air. This guy has it like kind of, his hand on top of the hilt with it in the ground. The face is unrecognizable, and the plaque on it is like either been taken or been destroyed, as there is no longer a plaque there.
Hmm.
They all just kind of like vaguely nod at you.
Can you tell me what the story with the Quicklings is?
One of the younger guys just kind of like speaks up. They all do seem kind of tired, and you do see like 2 or 3 of them with injuries that have been like wrapped up by what you'd guess is the guy with the pack.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of kids that got trapped in here and have been recruited, I guess. He just kind of like looks around for people to kind of like speak up to, back up his story. A couple vaguely nod.
I'm assuming they were recruited by a Quickling.
Maybe. There's certainly some leader kid who has magic, or at least is said to have magic. He just kind of pokes one of the other guys that's kind of nodded off with his foot, and he wakes up with a startled cry and pulls out his sword, jumping to his feet before like calming down for a moment, glaring down at the guy sitting next to him that's been talking to you.
Yeah, if you want to glare at them, you can
do
glare.
that for? I was having a good dream there.
Probably so you could answer a question for me. If you would like to blame someone, you can blame me.
Yeah, his sword immediately swivels to point in your direction, and he like calms down a little further. before sliding it back into its scabbard. Aye, what question do you have?
What is the history behind the quicklings?
This guy, by the way, is significantly older.
Yeah.
Like, definitely way past his prime fighting years.
Past his expiration date. I stab him.
You guess he's probably, like, definitely middle-aged, maybe even leaning into older age. He's got gray hair, definitely.
Hmm.
He goes and just kind of, like, leans back onto the statue's stand. What do you need to know? The Quickling himself, or...
A little bit of everything. I got time. Don't know if you do, though.
Far back as I can think, there was some kid who came in and convinced a bunch of the other kids to leave out of our camp or out of their homes. Said that the adults weren't quite so good for us. He just shrugs. I was one of the ones that stayed. Didn't really see the point.
Yeah, that sounds like Fae trickery bullshit. Classic Fae.
Maybe.
Ruining families and also lives.
Wait, he's old.
He sure
Are
is.
these the same kids, or are they just getting new kids somehow? How do they get new kids?
Well, they said that
Same way they get old
kids
kids.
are being grabbed, dude.
Oh, fair enough. Where are all these? Okay.
There are normal people that live in this area.
Yeah. It's
met
not
some of
all
them.
freakazoids.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they continue making children.
The world still turns.
Keep in mind, it is very hard to not make children. At least without magical support, which none of these people have.
Shield spell.
He just kind of like vaguely nods in your direction and kind of scratches a kind of scraggly like beard. Like it looks like part of it's been cut, but certainly not all of it. He did have pointed ears, or it had pointed ears at the very least. I didn't really get a good look at it.
How tall did you say about yay tall?
He was a kid. He just kind of vaguely places it around like, you'd guess 3, maybe 4 feet tall. He doesn't seem very very accurate. Like he moves his hand a couple of times looking for the correct place.
Yeah. About how much would I know about quicklings? I'm assuming I need to roll a check for that.
Definitely, yeah.
Would that be
Arcane.
nature? Arcana. All right. 7.
Yeah. You don't remember enough about quicklings.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
I tried to put
Unfortunately, you
it in
didn't deal with
memory.
very many of them. You dealt with more of the fairy type rather than the...
Yeah,
You
more
know.
fucking pixies.
Yeah.
All right, well.
He
I got-
goes and just kind of looks at you. He definitely had pointed ears, though. I remember
Yeah.
that right as day.
Most Fae tend to.
Fae? I don't know if he was a Fae. They're kind of like yours. Just kind of gestures toward your ears.
That's why. Never mind. Thank you for the information.
He just kind of vaguely nods.
Should probably wander away from here if I want to see those kids ever again. So I'm going to start walking off in a random direction, still kicking shit over as I go. Like, it's not even like an angry kick, it's more of just I knock it over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. After about another half an hour, so about an hour after you left the Quicklings, they, as in, like, another trio of kids, though these ones are all old, basically just kind of, like, walk out around the corner in front of you.
How you doing?
They're all older boys. One of them, like, has kind of... It certainly looks like a short bow, though it is, like, pretty obvious, like, basically kind of handmade. Like, it's not a short bow that someone bought.
I could probably teach you a better way to do that.
He doesn't respond. The lead kid, who seems to have an actual sword, Like he has an actual longsword
Fancy.
that he has holding. It is pretty beat, but it is a little more threatening than most of the weapons that the kids carry. He also has actually a little bit of armor too, like
Ooh,
metal
nice.
armor.
So I see you sent the better equipped ones, which means either A, you're here to tell me good news, or B, you're here to try and kill me.
The third guy had
Place the former.
Yeah, the third kid has a. You're not entirely sure what it is. You guess it's probably some sort of instrument or something like that.
He's a fucking bard.
Yeah.
I have an instrument too.
Yeah,
It's probably worse quality.
it's kind of like panpipes, but they're not made of like, I guess, wood, I suppose. They're made out of some sort of metal. So it's kind of a mix between like panpipes and like a flute.
Hmm.
It's very, very definitely handmade. You're not entirely sure how it would sound.
I'm not sure I
But-
can make one of those, but I can make a wood one.
Yeah. The lead kid, by the way, when you went and said, the
Yeah, here
Most
for
likely
good news
you
are
guys
going
have
to
either
kill
come-
me.
yeah, the one holding that strange metallic instrument just kind of like quietly chuckles to himself.
Eh.
Yeah, the other two don't. They are not smiling. The one with the sword is like, at least like they kind of switch places. The one with the bow was up front, and the one with the sword just kind of like moves into position in front of him. We've decided to let you help us.
Ah, wonderful. Didn't want to have to try and stab someone today. Especially didn't want to get stabbed again.
Though I can assure you that we have nothing that we're offer. So you'll be helping out of your own free will.
Yes.
He does look like you see a flash of surprise pass his face. You told them you're an adventurer, right? He just kind of looks back at
Yeah.
the other two kids. The one who is holding the bow doesn't flinch. He just kind of keeps looking at you. The one with
So-
the weird instrument just kind of like continues to giggle.
Do
He's
you have
looking adventurers tell their own free will? I didn't think you guys existed. That's hilarious. And immediately just starts like dying.
I prefer not to think of myself as an adventurer, but just more of like a not a terrible person. You know.
Yeah. The one who has the sword just kind of looks at you. Unfortunately, we're much more used to the second.
Well, yeah, it's all about perceptions. For instance, most people probably see you as street urchins who are willing to kill someone for a little bit of coin. Although you don't seem to care much about coins, it's probably more for a little bit of food or something else.
Yeah, the kid just kind of looks around. Coin isn't exactly all that important, seeing as, there aren't any shops to spend it at.
Yeah, I figured. That's why I brought food and not just coin.
So are you supplying us?
I mean, I didn't bring a shit ton of food. Do you see any cattle with me?
You wouldn't really have a way to butcher it anyway. I doubt
Maybe
any
you
of us
wouldn't.
even know.
I could butcher a cattle. Can't be too different from deer.
So, what can you offer then?
I mean, I've got a shit ton of rations on me.
He just kind of like waves his hand. We don't want those. Trust me, we really don't.
Fair enough.
If I have to eat another ration,
Well,
he just shakes his head.
I mean, they aren't exactly normal rations. They're like actual homemade rations from somebody who knows how to fucking hunt.
Yeah, the one with the instrument just kind of stops laughing for a moment. Wait, you mean there's meat in them, right?
Yeah, smoked
He
venison.
just immediately
rabbit.
looks at the other two. Come on, guys. Can we just take those? We don't have to ask about the other thing. Seriously. No, just those. I haven't had meat in freaking ages. Like, seriously, ages. Like, I swear, the bards would probably speak of this time. And he just immediately gets whapped aside the head by the one
I
holding
like
the bow.
the kid.
Stop talking, please. Just stop.
You remind me of Rowley.
He just kind of glares at you.
Hey,
You cannot say he does not remind you of Rowley.
No, he does.
That was also a compliment because I like him.
Yeah, the one with the sword just kind of goes and brings himself, like, just looks back at you. As much as we like the rations, especially some of us, just kind of gives him a short look backwards, and then looks back at you. We do have a different thing to ask.
Okay.
You have a way out, don't you?
I typically like to have backup plans. So
We've
yes,
seen you with the golden person, that
Dragonborn,
golden
yeah.
lizard lady. She had a way out.
Dragonborn, yeah, she did.
Do you still have it?
I mean, I wouldn't have gone back in here if I didn't. Even I'm not that gung ho.
Yeah. He just kind of looks at the other two kids. Quickly didn't ask us to tell you this. He wanted something else, but frankly, I want this one. So I'm going to go against his wishes and ask you to take some of our youngest out. I'm sure there are people outside who would be more than willing to take them in, even if they're just taken in by the lizards.
I'll see what I can do.
He just kind of starts walking away. The one with the strange instrument just kind of continues, he giggles for a few more seconds and then seems to shake himself out of it. I don't think he remembered to tell you, but you should follow us.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly how you're going to find the kids.
I am going to follow, and I'm also going to fish out smoked meat from my pack and hand it to him.
Yeah, you see his eyes go wide, and he gives you a slight in Elven. Actually, he is human, but he speaks in Elven just for a moment. Basically, a short thanking prayer to the main Elven deity.
Many elves don't like meat. Luckily for you, I'm not one of them.
Well, as much as that goddess likes to give us our blessing now and then, I will most gladly take this bounty.
Hell yeah.
He immediately just starts tearing into it. And he just kind of walks alongside. His strange wind instrument just kind of hanging off a small strip of leather.
I'm going to offer some to the other two kids as well.
The knight respectfully declines. You
Alright.
can obviously tell he wants it, but he's trying to act honorable, so refuses it on those grounds. Since you're already helping a different way, you figure. The kid with the bow just doesn't even look at it.
Fair enough.
Very obviously still doesn't like you.
Yeah, most people don't come around.
Yep. After walking for about a half an hour through, as far as you can tell, random streets, though you still kind of know exactly where you are, you come to a street, by your reckoning, a few down from where that bakery was, and find a trio of very, very young kids. They're definitely not babies and they're not toddlers, but they're not more than 6. All three of them have little leather pouches that they're all kind of holding. They all have their kitchen knives and a small handful of coins, just kind of they're looking at in between the three of them. They've kind of crafted a small pile of them. A small pile literally meaning there are 2 gold coins, mostly copper, and a handful of silver in there. It's not much.
He's gonna steal that. Yeah.
Yep. They immediately one of them goes and scoops up all the entire pile and just kind of carefully slips it in his bag, or the little pouches. The other 2 just kind of stand up and do some weird sign thing with their hands. It's obviously some sort of attention, but it doesn't look like any military thing you've seen before.
Yeah.
Frankly, you haven't seen too many, but
Nope.
yeah. The elder kid with the sword just kind of looks at you. These are the 3 I want you to take out.
Take out?
He just kind of
Alright.
shakes his head. Does that have a different meaning in Elven? He looks at the kid with the instrument.
No, it
shakes
has
his head.
it has a different meaning for adventurers.
Surprisingly, actually, one of them is definitely not human. Two of
How the
them,
fuck?
yeah, 2 of them are, well, yeah. Out of the 3 kids, 2 of them are little boys. The last one is a little girl. One of the little boys is the one who actually like scooped up all the coins. Has a very small pair of horns and at least what you can think is a tail, kind of peeking out.
No.
the back of his trousers.
I don't work with tieflings.
You just like the
That is
elder
a
kid
joke.
just
I
kind
do
of
not
looks at you.
actually say that. I could not care less about what race they are. I'm more of just going through thinking, how the fuck am I gonna find these kids at home? Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into? Okay.
Yeah, he goes and points at the like tiefling kid more obviously. That one, as you can probably guess, really needs to get out of here.
Yeah, I imagine. I'm more just trying to work through the logistics of getting kids out of here now.
Well, he just kind of shrugs. If you're more than willing to do it, then I can leave you with them.
I don't know whether I'll be able to, but I'll try and think of some way. I'm at least 99% sure I can get them out of here. It's more just getting them somewhere to live.
Once you get them out of here, then they're more than trained to figure it out after that.
I can get them out of here easy enough then.
We'd prefer that you find some sort of orphanage or other thing. I think that's a real thing. He just kind of looks over at the kid with the bow. Orphanages are a thing, right? Like they're buildings where they keep kids. The kid with the bow nods. They're not pleasant, but food and a place to stay.
They said you guys had plenty of food.
Well, they'll be away from here.
That's fair. Definitely
We have
safer.
food. They don't if they're outside the city. Or at least outside the district. Yep.
All right. I'll be able to get them out. I fucking hope.
Yeah.
I got faith in my abilities.
The kid with the weird pan flute just kind of like looks you up and down. I think you'll be fine. At least I distinctly hope so.
Don't we all?
Well, at least if you're not successful, then I can write a ballad.
You even know my name yet, kid?
Yeah,
Fair enough.
with D.
Fair enough, I suppose.
How else did you think we found you?
Well, I imagined the kicked over shit kind of gave it away. Also, the dog.
Wait, there was a trail? He like legitimately looks at the other two. The kid with the bow just like shakes his head, slowly nods. Yes, there was a trail. We followed said trail.
How did you not notice? I made it as obvious. The only way I could have made it more obvious is by taking a piece of chalk and just drawing as I went.
Well, that would have been a really obvious trail. Then the monsters would have found you. That would be really stupid.
You.
The kid with the bow just kind of like looks at him exasperated and then just kind of looks at you for a moment and you share just a very small moment of understanding.
This is what we're working with. just the mode of like, this is what I've been dealing with for the past few months.
Yep.
Single understanding nod.
Yeah. He goes back to his normal self after that, though. And they just kind of... He starts walking down the street. The kid with the sword just kind of looks at you. I really hope you get this done. Otherwise, you'll have a lot to answer for.
If I don't manage to get this done, then it'll probably be my dead body over it. So, and not by anything you plan to do.
He shrugs. We'll see. City has a way of sorting out people. Come on. He just kind of grabs the guy by his instrument and just drags him along the street, half choking.
So I guess now I gotta get you kids out of here.
Yeah. They all look like kind of half terrified.
I'm betting it's the bow. I need to get rid of this thing. Fast. Alright. Now listen up. Chicklets. Follow me. Do what I say. Alright?
The two, human kids both nod at you. The one with horns, however, just kind of looks at you blankly.
Can I get a yes or a nod or anything along those lines?
Yeah.
Some
A slight bit
level of
fire
affirmation.
kind of escaped his mouth as he, says something in a language that you don't understand, but you certainly recognize it.
Is that infernal?
It doesn't. Unsurprisingly, the kid does not respond than by continuing to speak.
Alright, I take out my fucking whatever to infernal dictionary. And I'm going to painstakingly translate move your head up and down if you understand me when I speak normally.
All right. So, after about 15 minutes
Oh my fucking
of
God.
both finding the words and then making sure you get the pronunciations right, the kid immediately shakes his head once you...
So, wait, he shakes his head?
If you told him to nod if he understood you, then he does not nod. Yes.
Oh my fucking God. Can you understand me when I use this?
Well,
Or-
the book.
Yes. I'm going to assume yes, but I want to make sure.
He just kind of cocks his head and just one of his hands comes up and he kind of waves it back and forth.
Kind of.
He
Follow
says something
me.
in Infernal and then just kind of, but you don't, it's too fast.
Yeah.
You don't catch enough of it.
I'm just going to go with follow me, alright?
He nods. If you say it
Alright.
with Infernal.
Yes.
Or use any gestures otherwise.
I'm just going to... Actually, that's right. I am decent with gestures.
You do have a dog.
In the mix. Yeah. Alright. Come along then.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they all troop out behind you.
Alright, let's find our way back to where the... Oh my God. This is not how I expected this to go, honestly. How did... God.
You have such a way with kids, though. How could you not expect this?
I expected many things to happen. The least of which, or not the least of which, being me being stabbed numerous times and running away. I did not expect to be entrusted with getting kids out of this section of the city. Alright, I guess let's go to, what's it? Two options are go through the Dragonborn district or go to the gate and pay them. Let's go to the Dragonborn district.
All right. So, about an hour later, after getting lost a couple times, mostly
come on, I fucking.
it's
know
not
how
your
to
fault in this case.
Is it
you
like I'm
remember the path
walking-
well enough. The problem is that once in a while, the freaking tiefling will wander off on his own and need.
I am just after the second time, I'm just going to have the wolf carry him because I'm not dealing with it.
Yeah, it does still take you an hour to move across the city, though, or at
Alright,
least move across this district to the at least what you're pretty sure is the same point in the wall.
That is fine.
So you're now standing on, at least like, do you do kind of the same thing where you make sure there's no guards nearby, or you just stride up to the
I'm
wall?
going to make sure that there aren't people watching. I'm going to attempt to.
All right. Yep. So you make it to the wall without anyone obviously watching.
All right, and then again, I'm just gonna try and remember which thing opened, and then just knock on that one.
All right, go ahead and roll wisdom to try and remember.
Wisdom. Easy
Yeah.
peasy.
Yep, you remember which one, like she poked or the one that the eyes came out of.
The one that the eyes came out of, because I'm just going to like hit that a couple times.
All right.
I'm not gonna remember
Yeah.
that whole fucking thing.
You hammer on that, and the rock actually does move out of place. The kids all just kind of like step back. The eyes glare at you. And in Elven, the freaking person on the other side says, "You moron, why are you knocking on the panel and not the passcode? Don't you understand how this works?"
I'm not sure how this works because I'm not a rogue. And I'm also saying in Elven, and I'm going to lift up the emblem and say, "Bing boned, let me fucking through."
You hear a sigh from the other side of the stone. Fine. He drops it back into common. Fine. You have the passcode. You have our freaking keyword, or not the keyword, but you have the insignia.
Emblem.
Yeah. Good enough for me.
Thank you.
You hear a now that you're kind of close enough to the wall and like talking to the person, you hear the a small basically a switch being thrown, and the stones in the same spot move away, leaving a small
Oh
gap in the wall.
god, it's so great working with Rose when you're not.
It's why Mork infuriated them to no
It's
end.
so funny.
Because Mork was like, "I'm a rogue, but I'm an honest rogue," and they're like, "What?"
Yeah. My favorite with Mork
That's
was
not
when he
how
was
you
like,
rogue.
"What the fuck are you doing, Mork?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just negotiating buying poison from this guy." And it's like, "What the fuck?" It's the only reason why I know what Thieves' Can is.
Mhm.
Alright, head in.
You as you're starting to pass through the thing, you do hear the rock kind of move away at it again.
Hmm?
Do you have the fee?
What the fuck's the fee?
It's at the other side. Do you have the fee?
Can I answer this? I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say. I feel like I'm actually
It's
having
pretty
a stroke.
obvious. There is a specific thing you need to give to the other side.
No, I do not. I assume.
Then how exactly are you expecting to move through the next district safely?
I was planning on winging it. It's how I do everything.
Well, there's a lot of adventurers who have tried to, and you can almost hear the freaking quote marks winged it in with us. There's now a small pile of bodies somewhere in the wall.
Maybe I'm not like most adventurers.
One of our hidey holes. Literally, it doesn't really matter. We've had wizards, warriors. I think we even had a troll in here once. That was
Holy
a really
shit,
fun
that's
fight.
hype.
Well, it was a
Oh,
long
fuck
fight,
yeah,
but
dude.
eventually we remembered what the heck trolls are weak to and, poked it to death.
Yeah, just light up. Just light that bitch up.
Yeah. I don't know why the heck Van is so freaking sadistic with those damn bastards, but I guess, trolls.
Can I just pay you to give me the fucking fee so I can get through the other side?
You can almost hear the smile. Sure. How much are you willing to give me?
How much do you want?
How much do you care about your life?
Less than most people do. I've
Well,
already
then-
died once today. I'm not afraid to do it again.
Yeah, but I would have a feeling that you have someone that can bring you back. I can
Eh.
guarantee you that we're not going to be near so generous.
Your mistake is thinking that I cared enough to be brought back.
Well, I'll just ask for one copper piece and let you be on your way.
Hmm.
I'm not even going to force you to roll that insight. You have enough wisdom. You can tell
Yeah.
a copper piece is not going to get you what you want.
2 copper piece.
Oh my god, Nor, shut up. That's brilliant. Double it. Double it. It's 200%.
Ah, fuck. What would I pay?
Yes, because that is how rogues are. They're like, lol, yeah, this is hilarious, stab.
I mean, how much money do you have?
A lot.
Yeah, because like 10 gold's a lot. 20 gold's a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna say, how about 20 gold pieces?
oof.
That's what, 200 times your original price?
Yeah, you care quite a bit for your life, though I'm sure you could always care more.
How about this?
Fucking.
22 gold pieces, and I give you fine wood.
I'm sorry, what was the last thing I heard? Find wooden something, and then cut out.
A fine wooden ring.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say bow.
I could offer him the fireball dagger. However, I'm also not in the business of spraying around curse times. I feel like this is gonna go poorly for me.
It's up to you. You're not
No.
attuned to the fireball dagger.
Sure aren't. I am
Well,
going to offer him.
And I can guarantee you that freaking, even though this guy is very obviously not a mage, he probably has buddies who are, and freaking shiny dagger with a ruby is already a pretty damn good prop.
Yeah. I'm going to offer him how about this? 22 gold pieces and this mystery bag. In the bag has a handful of copper.
You see him just kind of like hum behind the wall for a moment, and then just kind of like tap on the stone a few
It's
times.
so fucking dumb.
Yeah, mystery bags. We love those. Here, I'll give you a mystery bag of our own. Go ahead and hand it through.
You know, I like
It's a
to
bomb.
keep my fingers. Oh, I
I'm not
could throw
gonna
the bomb.
Bite them off.
No,
You're a
you
monster.
slice them off. I'm not assuming you're a monster. I'm
I don't
assuming
even have a
you're a
dagger
terrible
back
person.
here. What the heck am I supposed to slice them
Yeah,
off with?
sure you don't.
No, they like legitimately don't. They don't allow you to bring weapons in here. I don't know
Like,
why.
I guess I'm not gonna be able to go through in the first place now, will I?
What, through the wall? You can hear, like, very hollowly, like, him tap on the stone. This is several feet of stone. You're more than willing to try and kill me through it, though, you know, that's kind of hard.
I mean, I don't really need to get through the stone. I just need one thing to get through the slot.
What slot?
I thought the slot was open.
It is.
Fucking, I
It
respect
is
it.
open.
Oh, it's several feet. It's magic.
You don't know.
I can make an assumption.
Mhm.
All right. Well, if you're not taking this money, then I'll just go find a gate and bribe them to let me through. Plus, then I can give some money to
You
the
do,
honest.
like,
I
you
can give
hear,
some money
like-
to the honest, hardworking citizens of the guard.
You hear the freaking guard of, you know, this rogue just dying on the other side in his little compartment in the wall. The guard, those guys hard work. The guard.
Yeah, I know.
They'll kill you on the
Smart as
spot.
you do.
Fine. If you really, really care for your life, well, damn freaking normal people. Not understanding the game. 50 gold and I'll give you the fee in total. You'll have no static on the other side other than the standard.
I'm gonna insight that.
Go ahead.
Yes, it's
yeah.
good.
As far as you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Actually,
Actually, you're like exactly like sure he's telling you the truth.
God, the problem is, would it cost 50 gold to just bribe the guards on the way out of here?
If
Mm.
if they would
From
even
his
want to
response
take
at you
it.
even attempting to bribe the guards, you'd guess
Yeah.
probably not.
It worked well enough on the way in, but getting out's probably harder.
Keep in mind what the kids told you, that the guards shoot them.
Yeah, you know what? Sure. 50 gold pieces. I'm gonna hand over 5 platinum.
Yeah, you hear him, like, you know, grab him off the ledge.
Huh.
You just hear a, what the... And then the stone slides back into place for a moment, and you hear just kind of muffled freaking like swearing. At least you think it's swearing. Can you speak Dwarven?
Yes, I can.
Then yeah, you know it's swearing. It's muffled, but you definitely know it's swearing. The slot opens back up, and a small, like, kind of not leather pouch, but a small, like, cloth bag is pushed out into the slot's space.
I'll grab it.
Take the things out and hand them
Okay.
to.
I will take the
Well-
shit out.
Let him finish.
Yeah, sorry.
You cut out Mitchell.
No, I haven't said anything more. He just kind of closes back up the.
So you said what? Take the things out and hand them to the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I
then yeah.
didn't hear that. I just heard take the things and
Well, I also only heard take the things, but I made an educated guess.
Yeah.
All right, I guess time to
To
go
be
in.
fair, yeah, he only said take the things, but you made the educated guess that he meant don't take them out yet.
Yeah. So yeah, bag full of shit.
Mm-hmm. The kids are just kind of all sitting there, like around you, kind of looking mystified.
The life of an adventure.
all right, kids. This is how you join the Thieves Guild.
All right, kids, this is how you get stabbed to death. All right, I guess heading to like the fucking opening. I'm assuming there's an opening. Yeah.
He opened the opening before when you guys were chatting about the fee.
I fucking love rogues. They're so good.
They're great. I love them too.
So
like
you
the
crawl through the
fact that I
tunnel.
probably got ripped off, I don't even care anymore because it was amusing. Yeah, go through.
Yep,
make
you
sure-
reach the other side, and the other entrance is closed.
I'm assuming there's people there.
Not that you can see. No one's in the tunnel other than you guys.
I'm going to try and push on the opening, I suppose.
All right. Are you going to like look for a specific stone that's loose, or just kind of in general push the random wall?
I mean, I was just going to try and like push against it a little bit, just like right dead in the middle, see if it is
Yeah, it
locked in
doesn't-
place, which I assume it is.
Yeah, it doesn't budge.
All right, time to look around.
All right, go ahead and roll that investigate. All right. Seeing as you're inside of this thing, they don't hide it as well. So a 14 is more than enough to notice one of the stones is like out of place.
Tap on that, I suppose.
Yeah, you literally like go to push it harder, and just like the very beginning pressure pushes it into place, and the entire wall slides up out of the way for you and the rest. And on the other side, there are a small group of robed figures.
Hi, how you doing?
The middle one is a like pretty obviously like a human or elf. You can't see his ears, so the other two are dragonborn. Very obvious. One of them is covered in white scales. He actually does have like the human definitely has a weapon, but it's in the scabbard. The white dragonborn has his weapon, but it's like out already. It's also something that doesn't seem particularly roguey, seeing as it's like a massive great axe.
Huh.
He also doesn't have his face entirely covered. You can obviously see like his entire face.
Well, ain't that about a bitch?
Yep. The other guy is a green dragonborn. He does have his face loosely covered, but you can still see his eyes and everything. He also has his weapon away. The white dragonborn, like immediately as you're poking your head out, like lifts his weapon, and the human just kind of like puts a hand on his face and just kind of like pushes him backward a little, so that when the axe comes down, like the next few moments, it just slams into the stone, leaving a small dent.
Just dead
just-
stuff and be like, huh.
Yeah. He just kind of looks over at the white dragonborn. What did I tell you? Like, seriously, we talked about this only moments ago. How? How have you already forgotten? Ask for the fee first, and then do that!
Oh boy.
He very clearly loses his cool for a moment before, like, calming down.
Did I just almost lose my head for literally no reason?
He doesn't respond and just
Just
looks at
asking
you.
that to the room.
Yeah, he just looks at you. Do you have the fee?
Yes.
Or did I just make it so that he didn't kill you in the first stroke for nothing?
I am going to take out the fucking bag.
All right. Yeah, he pulls out a like small scale and just kind of holds it in front of you.
All right. I guess I'm just gonna go piece by piece from what's in the bag and put it on the scale.
Yep. The bag itself holds a, as far as you can tell, probably a like finger bone from some sort of humanoid. A like kind of dented gold coin that you could have sworn doesn't look quite right.
It's a fucking lead coin.
And there is
The-
only
the
one other
king-
thing in the bag that looks like a small piece of parchment.
On the coin, the king has a big mustache, and he normally
pretty much.
doesn't, so it's fake.
Yeah, the emperor
Yeah.
has like a little,
It's
like
super
you know,
just
the
a
little
gilded.
curly mustache that you draw with markers, like it's that.
Oh, beautiful. He's got like the fake devil horns.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just put them all onto the thing.
Well, do you like bother looking at the piece of paper or just pull it out?
Yeah, I'll look at
Set
it.
down? All right. The piece of paper just says, "Give something of yourself."
Something on myself. Of myself. We're gonna go with like one of the knucklebone dice I have
All right.
because I collected those a fucking long time ago, and well, I think it
Alright.
has to be at least something somewhat important. And one of the only few things I've been collecting that has no worth is I have a shit ton of knucklebone dice.
Yeah. The scale was, by the way, like super heavily in the favor of the side you're not putting it in, and there's nothing on the scale. It's just there.
Yeah.
Though it does go and balance itself perfectly out. He nods, just kind of like throws the knucklebone dice back into your hand, and then just like takes the bag from you. Looks over at the green dragonborn. You can take them, seeing as I need to have another talk about how we greet guests
Yeah, please don't-
again. He just
Thanks
goes and
for-
grabs the white dragonborn and just starts dragging him away. The white dragonborn just looked confused.
This is quite possibly the dumbest way I've almost ever died.
The green dragonborn just kind of like looks at you and then just kind of nods, like just kind of waves his head backward.
Follow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Also, the other three kids jump out of the thing and start following after you. The lead one points out that you could probably just leave them here. I'm happy.
Do you want to be left here? Because I figure I might as well at least get you into the city proper. Or at least the Dragonborn district of it.
Yeah.
Well,
The
him.
tiefling just kind of like shrugs. It doesn't seem to be in response to your question. He just kind of shrugs of his own accord. He seems to be distracted by the dragonborn. The kid who like spoke up originally just kind of looks at you and tells you that technically your duty is complete. You got them out of the area, so it's kind of up to you how far you want to take this at this point. Anyway. They are just following after you and the dragonborn at this point.
I might as well see you to the outside of this corridor. And then, good luck to the lot of you.
Yeah, you're in the dragonborn section, like you're walking through the streets.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, I have no fucking idea what to do with them, so leaving to their own devices is probably actually the safest way of doing this.
Yeah, this area doesn't seem to be that much better than their place, though it does
There
have
doesn't seem to be
freaking-
open fighting.
Yeah. There is like a metric fuck ton of dragonborn, but
I'm
we
going
don't know
to.
exactly how the curse translates, so leaving them here might infect them or something,
Alright,
but I don't know.
Not my problem. I'm going to give each of them some rations, though.
All right. Yeah, they very
Force them
clearly
off.
like when they open up their little pouches, they definitely have a few rations already stuck in there. They're like
Yeah.
they look kind of like army rations from what you like kind of get a quick view, which is basically like kind of a trail bar-esque thing.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, they're not pleasant, but they, give you food.
Yeah.
They're basically
them-
like, the what is it, not the Nutrigrain bars, the
Cliff
The honey
bars?
nut bars.
Oh, those ones.
Oh
are-
God.
No, the
ew.
ones that crumble.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
that, but without the honey.
Ooh, yeah. I'm
So,
gonna
like,
I'm gonna
just
give them some.
garbage oats.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Pretty
give them
much,
some
yeah.
of my homemade rations. Good.
Yeah, they more than willing accept.
See,
The tiefling needs to be like convinced, but the other two kids seem to like coax him into taking one. And then your duty is done. They just scatter off into the streets of their own accord. The Dragonborn doesn't seem to even care. He just kind of keeps going.
just keep following him.
You saved some children.
Yeah,
Yay,
Just
Zee.
kind of absent-mindedly, just look at Ass Dog. Did I just fuck up? not expecting a reply, and I assume not getting one.
Yeah.
No, you saved them. They're good.
By the way, do you speak Draconic?
I do not. That's one of the few languages I don't speak.
Yeah. You
That's
do
what
hear the
Raleigh
Dragonborn
speaks.
in front of you just kind of like say something, but unfortunately it's, dragon, so
I'm going to ask if he has a translation.
he doesn't seem to respond.
Ooh.
All right then.
Either he chooses not to or regardless, he doesn't give you a response. But he does lead you to another wall and taps on it to open it up for you.
I guess I'm going to go through.
He does kind of pull down his his thing over his snout for a moment and just kind of grabs you by the shoulder before you duck in. Just looks you in the eye and just tries to smile. It's very clear it doesn't come out as a smile because, he's a dragonborn. So it looks a little threatening,
It's
but
fine.
you've
He's
seen the
smiling with his
expression.
eye.
Yeah. You've seen the expression on Serena's face before. So you can tell what he's trying to do. And he says something in Draconic again, just kind of pats you on the shoulder a couple times and then turns around to walk away.
Luck be with you.
And he said,
Um,
"May you die a quick and painless death."
I mean, honestly, I'd take that. I'd take it.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say after him, Sylvan, luck be with you, and head on through.
So you're back in the long arm, and it is
Woo!
definitely nighttime.
All right.
So, in the meantime,
God, what a fucking adventure. That was weird.
Raleigh's frantically looking for more restaurants in the 3-hour time period. Well, I guess
Riley's
2
just
hours.
off in a
Yeah.
corner. Ah!
so what are Amelia and Drake doing?
Ugh, Chase isn't here, so I can't just follow him around.
You can if you want to, because I can tell you that Falcon does have something happen.
Oh. Yeah. I'm probably following Chase around.
All right. So yeah, when you guys get out, Rowley and Drake, I'm assuming run off to go do their tasks, leaving you and Falcon, on your lonesome with Serena, who just kind of mutters something about getting ready for something and wanders off. Falcon, after she is out, she just kind of wanders around looking. She pokes her nose in a couple of them. After about the third, which she just kind of doesn't
Wait,
notice
third what?
anything, whatever she's looking for, all of a sudden kind of changes. It's not something that you visually notice. She seems to be walking fine, but all of a sudden your divine sense just kind of you notice something. Something is off. It's enough of enough of a change that even without your divine sense or divine magic, even at its weakest point, you notice it.
Mm-hmm.
And Falcon decides to go wander off in a different direction, and intentionally seems to be trying to get away from you at this point.
Okay.
Chase her down.
You know what? I'll respect Falcon's wishes.
She's obviously being taken by a demon. You need to kill her. Murder her.
What's a demon?
I agree.
I'm kidding.
Uh,
Well, half
and then
kidding.
I'm gonna realize that I'm extremely unhealthy and have no spells or anything. I'm gonna go and take a nap.
All right. Yep. So you go take a nap. So Falcon is off doing something. Drake, you make it back to the inn after sprinting there. Your chest does not feel good right now.
Nora, are you here?
No,
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
So Drake does stuff. Good to know.
but no, I am here.
Really? Anyway,
Yeah.
so you have made it back to the inn.
Okay, you guess what I'm doing?
Well, there's a small problem.
Okay.
Door's kind of fucked.
Yep. When you walk into the stable to look at your cart, yeah, the door is hanging at a kind of odd angle.
What have they done?
Not they.
Now, don't assume
Oh,
it was
no,
Raleigh. It could have been a thief.
No, as far as
Yes,
I know, it's just the
because
city.
thieves rip the door off the hinges.
It could be a strong thief.
It could be a barbarian thief. It could be Greba.
Well, I guess,
Green
To be
Uh,
fair,
wasn't
you did just
strong,
meet a
though.
barbarian thief, so
Oh fuck, that's right. Greba wasn't strong.
What I would be doing is, I guess, for the day, trying to fix the door,
all right.
making improvements. Make sure,
Adding a third
like,
bolt.
so maybe making like a puzzle lock.
All right.
I'm sure that'll
you
help
can certainly
next time
fix.
I try to open the door.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
can
know,
certainly
I'm-
fix the hinge, but you are gonna have to take some time to like
I know.
think of and then build the lock. So, do you want to roll for the tinkering just to get the door fixed, and then we'll have another one for how good your puzzle's starting?
I have to let a dog out. I'll be right back.
All right.
Woof, woof.
Yeah, a 20 is more than enough to fix your door back to where it's supposed to be, but now the lock mechanism is, of course, damaged.
Bork, bork.
Bark.
So, do you want to roll for the beginning of your tinkering for the puzzle?
It's just the puzzle and trying to reinforce it, so no one keeps breaking into my.
Everyone seems to keep breaking into your fucking.
By the way, Drake, I do expect that you actually come up with a puzzle. Because I can guarantee that
I'll
your
be
other
back.
party members are going to try and get into it again. So I want a real puzzle
Well,
that you can come up.
Raleigh's puzzle solving ability is
Nice. Yeah, you make a damn good puzzle, Drake.
Oh wow.
Only problem is Raleigh won't care about the puzzle and just break it open, and I will try the puzzle, get pissed, and break it open.
Yeah.
That's where I
A
want
30,
to.
yeah.
New door.
Nor I can guarantee that the 30 makes it. You're basically able to combine the puzzle and the reinforcing into a single task. So you're able to start working on both. Which is good for you because it's going to take a couple days, and for you to like actually spend some money for some extra ingredients.
Hopefully, this will stop people from finally just breaking in and just opening it up whatever they want.
Yeah, I'll let you come up with what you want the puzzle to be, since I'm guessing you're going to need some time to think about it.
Yep, it's for sure going to be what is it? Simon Says.
Oh my god.
All right. So, in the meantime, Raleigh, I'm guessing you're continuing to look for a good.
Ah! He's freaking out, but he's fine. Yeah, I'll keep looking. Fucking, can I ask around again, or did I already squander that
You've asked
opportunity?
around for everything. It's
Okay. Damn it. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to tally up in my big old orc brain the one that people talked about the most and go there.
all right. Go ahead and roll intelligence then.
Fuck you.
You're trying to make a list. That is
Hey, 19. Wow.
what were you anticipating it to be? Charisma or strength?
Yeah, strength.
Strength.
of the mind.
I'm going to force these things into order.
Yeah,
No,
that's
that's
just
how it
going to me going, all right, I want to do some mental gymnastics, dexterity.
I mean, yeah. That's how it works.
You have to
right?
do mental gymnastics just to get to that idea.
You could just roll whatever you want for every roll, right? All right, but yeah, I
That's a
did
good
get
way for the
19,
DM to say
so-
no.
All
I rolled
right.
a 19.
I know.
I'm so happy with that.
So
the ideal scenario. I'm sorry,
you hear about a place kind of like near-ish to the first place you stayed, the first place that you
Went to,
looked at, the Dragon in the Wind, that apparently at least, and you do hear like a couple of the other people that you talk to like it, called the Dwarf and Bow.
Ooh.
They
Okay,
say
cool,
it's
let's
kind of
go.
cramped, but the food is at least like good.
All right, fuck yeah. I mean, cramped I can deal with. Let's go there. I'm gonna interrogate them about their food. All right,
Alright.
yeah, I'm gonna head to the Dwarf and Bow.
Yeah, you find it near kind of like way past the south, like the eastern gate, like at the other end of the long arm.
Jeez. Fucking hell. This will take up all my time.
Yep.
So, all right.
It is actually still like it's similar to the first tavern. Like it is almost like carved out of the wall.
Okay. Yeah, head on in.
Yep. So it is slightly cramped, as like you heard, though it is brightly lit at the very least. The tables are like kind of dirty and they're a little too close to the walls, as well as the bar and kitchen like being like the bar you're used to being visible, but the kitchen is like visible as well. There's not a wall
Oh,
or anything,
geez.
like you can see into it.
Oh. I note this down for my restaurant.
Yeah, it
Interesting
doesn't seem
idea.
very efficient.
No,
Yeah,
but you put on
otherwise,
a
like
show.
other than it being dirty and a little cramped, it is fairly comfortable. Like it's lit.
Okay.
Seems like people are
Cool.
fairly happy. There's also it's not a bad aroma, but it is certainly a different aroma.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah. You're pretty sure this place probably needs a little more walled. It needs to be expanded a little.
Well, I'll go up to the, I guess,
Yeah.
barkeep or
I guess the
whoever.
peculiar aroma reminds you a little of fondest days of childhood. And yeah, you can see smoke, and there is actually a little bit of incense just kind of burning in like a little pot.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Head up
By
to
the way, there's no one in here right now except for a few battle-hardened people.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. The person that's pretty obviously the bartender, or at least you'd assume to be the bartender, is a short-ish human woman. Like she's only probably like 5'2", maybe. You do notice a like kind of as she's turning around after like shouting backwards into the kitchen about something not going quite as she expected.
Oh.
You do see a what looks a heck of a lot like a snake tattoo kind of like placed against, like it basically starts at the side of her right eye and crawls down her neck into kind of her clothing.
Well, that's cool as hell.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm guessing you walk up and talk to her.
Yeah, I walk up to her.
Yep.
And I say, all right, what do you got? I'm looking for some good food.
Yeah. She goes and smiles, like kind of. It's a pretty obviously practiced smile, but it's a smile nonetheless. Then she introduces herself as Harpier Lamb.
Okay, Harpier Lamb.
Who is the manager of the Dwarf and Bow.
Ooh, manager, fancy title.
Yee.
All
She's
right.
also the bartender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she asks, what's your fancy?
Well, do you have any specials, or we all serve here?
They have ales. They do have a special brew for this particular week called Blood Clot, which is fairly pricey. She also kind of like leans over the counter and says that it's really not a real drink.
What?
It's something that apparently a couple of her wait staff came up with, and the dwarves around here have decided to make as a betting game, pretty much.
Oh God. Okay.
She does say that it is good for those that want it, though she is not one of those people.
Fair enough. But all right. So that's for drinks. What about food?
She tells you, like, she kind of asks specifically what you're looking for, but she's more than just listed.
Looking for something nice. Fucking, I don't know. Expensive. is how I would describe
The
it.
most expensive thing that they serve is grilled wild boar. Oh my goodness, grilled wild boar chops. Second is broiled salmon and potatoes. The thing they do have is catch of the day fish served with some lemon.
Fucking lemon.
Yeah.
Did you know
Alright.
lemon?
That actually sounds like a pretty fucking good
Yeah,
setup.
they have other things, but those are the things she kind of lists off her fingers.
Yeah, lemon's an anagram of Nemo.
Let's see. All right. I want to try the grilled boar chops, but I don't want to order a fucking whole meal.
She's willing to give you a single like piece of chop if you're willing to just, if you want to just basically try it. She, of
Yeah,
course, is going
I'll
to charge
pay
you
for that.
something for it, but
Yeah, of course. Appropriate fee. Of course.
Yeah.
Yes. What is the fee for this? What am I not marking off?
well, she kind of wonders how much you're willing to, like, how much of the chop. If you want like one chop,
Just the
then-
taste. Yeah, just one chop.
All right, yeah, she asked for just a silver for a single chop.
Oh fuck. I hand over a silver.
All right. Yep, she takes it, yells back into the kitchen to go and grab you one of those.
Just
After like a
single
moment,
chop.
you see a Darrison dwarf kind of like wander around the kitchen counter, kind of give her a very short glare, and then just kind of slap the plate with the chop on the counter in front of you. She goes and just kind of freaking curses at him in Dwarven. He curses back, but
I like this place.
they don't continue their conversation in front.
I say that out loud.
She smiles at you. Even like the dwarf looks a little happier about that, but it's still pretty clear that they're pissed.
At me or at each other?
No, just at each other.
Okay, good. All right, yeah, I'm gonna try it.
Specifically
How does it
with you.
taste?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Like
Oh.
you haven't had boar chops that often since boars are hard to hunt, and they're kind of rare around your location, like your hometown.
Boar is
Right.
hard to hunt. Ha!
You haven't met Z. Yeah, okay. Sweet. That's
Like
really
it's
actually good to hear.
it's better than freaking Z hunting them out of the woods.
Yeah. I mean, if you
It
have
has
a
kind
fucking
of a,
whole kitchen, you can do that.
Yeah,
Only so much you can do on the road.
yeah. It does have kind of like a smoky flavor. It was very obviously grilled in some form.
Oh, fuck yeah, I found my place.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure what the other flavors. You'd guess probably mushrooms, maybe, and some sort of spice that kind of adds like a little bit
Can I
of
roll on the
like,
spice?
spark. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What do I roll?
Roll your
Cooking?
roll your cooking kit.
Improvise or
whatever it's called.
cookbook?
Cookbook, I guess.
Wisdom or intelligence?
Do intelligence for that.
Intelligence. Okay, cool. So I'll do that one, and that is here. What did I get?
9.
9. I don't point.
Yeah,
Damn it.
you're pretty certain it's not like a specific herb. It's actually like a mix,
Mix.
but
Okay.
you can't tell the difference between them all. Unfortunately,
13 signature herbs and spices.
There's that sort of thing. It's not 13,
Okay.
but it is that sort
All
of
right.
thing. It's a mix. Unfortunately, you're just so happy that you freaking actually found a place that seems like
Yes!
halfway decent that
Yes!
unfortunately you're not thinking clearly.
Yes. All right. This is delicious. I'll be back tonight. Thank you. And
Just
I-
kind of like nods.
I drop 3 silver on the table and I walk out. 3 extra silver and I just like walk out
right.
as a tip. Because I'm a very confusing person, and I like to confuse people.
Did you just pay
Yeah.
4 times?
I
what that was
did.
actually- Oh my god.
I gave them 3 extra silver, just as a thanks for letting me do this fucking stupid thing that nobody goddamn would ever ask.
300% tip, by the way.
Yes. Oh, oh, fuck yeah. All right.
All right.
Hey, I worked in the food industry. I know what that's like.
So,
Yeah, I'm
guessing
gonna head back to the inn.
yep. You head back to the what is it? It's an ice something or other. I can't.
I have it here somewhere. Spear of Ice.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe I should. I'm gonna clean up a little bit to not be in my adventurer. Well, adventurer gear, yes, but like a little bit less covered in demon blood.
Yep.
Cleaning demon blood off yourself, one animal.
Oh my god, yeah.
It doesn't
I wanna
really
at least
last.
be a little bit presentable, but
I hate to
I'm
tell
not-
you, but demon blood really doesn't like fade.
yeah, I figured.
on its
Well,
own.
even so, I want to look at least a little bit. I'm not going for like, oh, I'm Raleigh. Okay, so Raleigh goes to a fancy clothing store, buys a nice suit, does his hair, a little bow tie. No, he's just looking a little bit more presentable than normal.
Yep.
Which isn't much. He's really trying, okay? He's just a big dumb orc and he's really trying.
So, after getting ready and making it back to the inn, she's actually already waiting there.
Okay. Whew. Hey, all right. Well, I got a place we can go. That's it.
Wait, what?
She just kind of does like, kind of a low bow, and then she doesn't really know what to do after that point pretty clearly, but
Yeah.
like she doesn't really, you can clearly see that she's not exactly sure how exactly dating is supposed to work.
Raleigh isn't Raleigh's only dating experience was dating on the battlefield. Basically slaughtering your enemies with each other. So that's about as
So
far
yeah, you've
as he's
basically been
got.
dating the entire party.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sans Drake, but
Yeah.
Hey,
Ooh,
Hayden.
ouch.
yeah, what up?
Do you think love can bloom on the battlefield?
Shut the fuck up. You shut your fucking whore mouth. I will
love
come
it.
over there and kick your ass. I will
Nora,
break your door.
Nora, I love it. It's beautiful.
I'm going to nuke your new door with your old bomb.
I don't understand.
Raleigh kind of shrugs as well, and it's just like, well, it's over this way.
Yep. So she follows after you.
All right, cool. I imagine the walk there is probably going to be filled with awkward silence.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Once in a while, she certainly tries to bring up a conversation, but unfortunately, she drops into like talking nonsense.
Oh. Okay.
Been think for too long.
Oh, jeez. All right.
She does
Yeah.
actually seem at least a little bit flustered.
Nice
Yes.
weather we're having. Yes, the baker
Yes.
is going out tomorrow. What?
Yeah,
What?
pretty much that sort of thing.
The fuck's that
Okay, this
mean?
is good. So, how are you doing?
Yep. She answers honestly. It's something to get used to, but at least some of it hasn't changed.
All right, cool. All right. Yeah, we probably don't have much of a good conversation on our way there.
Yeah, not really.
All right. So, do we manage to make it to the Dwarfen Bowfine?
Yeah, no one stops you.
Oh,
Yeah.
stop.
No, you're busy.
Z stops me.
Well, Z is
Um,
currently
okay.
in the midst of dealing with rogues
Yeah,
It's so
Z is
fun.
currently-
and kids.
Oh god.
Two things that I should never be dealing with, but I am dealing with more often than the rest of the party.
But you somehow deal with the best out of the rest of the party, which is baffling.
Well, it's because I didn't grow up in a normal environment, so I'm just odd in numerous ways. Kids don't care, and rogues are also fucking weird. So
All right, yeah. So we'll guess we'll go in.
hmm Yeah. The at least population has changed a little. There is what at least as far as you can tell, a small troop of dwarves. They're
Oh, nice.
Small place, and there is about like a dozen dwarves in this place.
Oh fuck yeah, dwarves. That's
Yep.
great.
Most of them, like all but two, are a group of Darrison dwarves. The remaining two are a pair of Ashen dwarves that are just like trying their damnedest not to be paid any attention to. Like
Okay.
they're sitting in the corner, like obviously like taking slow sips of ale and trying not to get in their way. There is a trio in the center, kind of like in the center of the tavern that is like they have this not trio, but like 6 mugs of this strange like thick
Oh
red
god, no.
concoction.
Oh fuck me. It's the-
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, I know what that
And they
is.
like the middle one seems to be like trying to psych himself up before. well, him or her herself.
All
Seeing
right.
as it's really hard to tell between dwarves if you're not a
Yeah.
dwarf who is male.
Let's
or
just
female.
go up to the manager.
Yep, she seems at least a little more, like hurried, busy. Not really.
Yeah.
She's certainly more busy right now. There is actually some. She has a guy in like a very obvious wizard robe, who seems to be doing like they kind of set up like a little stage as like a kind of a table that's been like reinforced with chairs pretty much so that it won't fall over. And he seems to be doing tricks like making his hair change color.
This is ridiculous. I love it.
Like it's small tricks with prestidigitation, basically. You
Okay.
recognize it as something that's going on. All of the patrons are entirely ignoring.
Yeah.
Like
Well-
it's not even like giving polite interest. Like literally all of them don't care. They have other things to be
Fair enough.
doing. Like,
what heroes?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right.
So she greets you,
So,
welcomes you back, asks what you'd like for dinner tonight. Looks at the Dragonborn at least for an extra few seconds, but doesn't say anything.
Okay, good because yeah, that's fine. I'll take can I want the grilled boar chops. I want those that meal for sure.
She nods, pulls out like a small wooden, like I don't know. It's a little bit like Rain's like wooden cards, but it
Okay.
has a different picture on it than a elven word. It's incomprehensible to you. Certainly means
Yeah.
something. She asks what they have. Gets told the whole menu. And says that she'd actually like the broiled salmon.
Okay.
So time passes. As
All
you
right. Oh,
guys
how
are-
much? Actually, how much would that going to be? Because I'm going to pay for that.
In total, it'll be 7 silver and 2 copper.
Cool. I slide a gold to her. I
She just
don't
kind of
want
looks at
this
the coin
to
like
go
a little
poorly.
bit carefully.
Okay, I could use. I mean, I can use silver if it makes her feel any better. But
Yeah,
silver would
she
work
picks it
too.
up and you kind of like she obviously makes sure that it's actually legit,
That's
but
fine.
she doesn't pay too like she pays enough attention to it to be like reasonably cautious. Like when you go to a store and you hand someone like a $50 bill and they
for
run
like
a marker over it.
$5 of items. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it's
You're like,
basically
"Is this
that
a
where
real
she makes sure that it's actually like
That's
the real
fine.
thing.
I
She
don't
looks at
mind
it carefully
all
for like 2 seconds and then just kind of flips it onto the flips it into something that makes a small jingle on or small tinkle once it hits the thing. She goes and pulls off a couple of bottles. Not bottles. Basically, yeah. She draws you guys like 2 ales and just hands them to you.
Cool. And I guess we go take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Thesira, not Thesira. Freaking hell.
Whoa!
Serena.
Am I dating Thesira too?
No.
You fucking wish.
She's way out of my league, dude. There's
Cyrus
no
shows
fucking
up and she has a bouquet of flowers. She's like, oh, and then leaves.
No. Nah,
Yeah.
she's
But
she's
Serena at
more
least
romantically
pays, like,
interested in magic.
yeah. She at least pays polite attention to the wizard.
Oh,
Like she at least politely claps every now and then.
Raleigh is like fucking delighted by the wizard, but he doesn't try to show it too much.
Yeah.
The
The wizard does seem pretty nervous. Like once in a while he'll announce what he's going to do and then like entirely flub it up. He's like, I'm going to
Oh.
turn this bunny's hair blue, and then it turns red. He's like, that was what I meant to do.
Hey man, Rain is significantly better than you will ever be.
Fair point. All right, I do want to actually talk with Serena though.
Yeah, she seems to be
Um,
at least paying she's paying attention to the wizard as a polite thing. She's not really paying like 20% of her attention.
Okay. And I will actually drop into Dragonborn at this point, because I don't want other people fucking eavesdropping. So,
You got on me.
yeah, I see Z poking through the window.
No.
No, I've learned. No,
No, I can guarantee Z is not going for this.
I know
any of it.
I know.
Z
I
is
also don't
busy.
care enough to be there.
As much as Z planned on fucking sabotaging this, it can't happen.
It's fine. I'm not there, but I never said where the dog is.
The dog is with you.
Shit.
All right. Well, I wanted to ask. Sorry if this kind of ruins whatever the hell mood this is. I'm not entirely sure, but I
Yeah.
wanted to ask a
As you're
Rather
saying
than-
that, by the way, you do hear one of the trio of dwarves just like immediately upchuck after freaking downing all 6 of them.
Beautiful.
I
Yeah, the other 2 are just shouting in freaking victory, like shouting in
That's
dwarven.
fine.
They're really excited.
At least
You
the
really know
food's
how to
good.
pick them.
Yeah. Well, at least the food's good. What's so I'm not completely oblivious as to things that happen in the party. I'm the big, tough, big old dumb half orc. That's me. But like, I know there's something else kind of going on. You've got a lot of really, really helpful and honestly quite amazing skills that don't exactly line up to just being a baker. And if you're willing to talk about it, I was hoping to learn a little bit more just about you.
Yeah. She just kind of pushes a hand in surprise against her muzzle. You've noticed? I would have been certain that the elf would, but I didn't think that you had.
I mean,
She just kind of like waves a hand and just kind of politely laughs. Don't worry, I kid.
good.
I thought that was
Wouldn't
being
think that
sneaky.
poorly
Or
of me.
my
I thought I was keeping the fact that I snuck you through with all the contacts a secret.
yeah. She kind of just looks at the stage magician, just kind of chuckles as he freaking messes up for the, at least as you guys have been sitting here 4th time.
Oh.
His teeth turn blue.
Pretty much.
Oh fuck.
He doesn't seem to have noticed yet, though. She just kind of looks back, looks just one, she's just kind of paying attention, and one of her eyes just kind of looks over at you. Frankly, yes, I'm not exactly the most ordinary baker out there. But, when baking is not exactly the easiest thing in a place that serves barley when no one likes barley. Or at least no one I found. So you find the places and holes to fill in where you can. I just so happen to find mine from other people's pockets.
Oh, that's
As for how I got my skills, well, let's just say that when you find the right people, then they tend to help sometimes. Especially when they're in my strange city.
yeah.
She just kind of looks at the table and looks kind of confused for a moment. Especially those people. Have you met any of the and she just kind of even though she's speaking in Draconic, she drops her voice. Thieves Guild?
We have, right? We met that one shapeshifter. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where Zealous is from, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
actually,
zealous.
What
What a guy.
Drop my voice a little bit as well. Yeah, we actually, I had a bit of a run-in with one. Not a bad. We left on actually a pretty positive note. Our dear careful friend Drake managed to get himself. Well, I'll call it kidnapped.
She smiles, by the way, when you start saying our dear careful friend Drake.
We call it kidnapped, but he claimed it was otherwise. And
He's an
we
idiot,
kinda went
though.
No, he's not an idiot. Drake's very smart. He just does dumb things sometimes. Like
Sorry,
Ollie.
he has no common sense.
There you go.
You could say he's
well-
unwise.
aw. Well, yeah, and we met some sort of shapeshifter. I don't even know what it was, but yeah, I accidentally broke their door. I paid for it, of course. I didn't intend to fully break it.
She goes and she just kind of looks she looks pleasantly surprised. And then when you say that you broke their door, certainly you see a look of intense interest all of a sudden cross her face. What did they
Oh, gosh.
have?
Would you mean for the door or treasures?
Oh, I don't care about their treasures. I'm sure they have plenty. But what did they have for a door?
Well, it was if I understand correctly, it was a door that was designed to be pulled gently open. It was magically attuned to any forceful nature would be met with resistance, and if you open it really, really softly, it would open nice. Of course,
Yeah.
So
she just
I,
kind of smile, gives a wry smile, and just kind of looks at the ceiling again, just kind of taps on her snout. Oh, they went that route. Where was that one?
yeah.
She looks back,
Where was
looks
it?
back down and asks.
I don't remember as a player, but I know Raleigh would remember.
Wormcorp, I think, right?
Wormcorp.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Wormcorp. It was in Wormcorp when we were down there.
Wormgorp. That's the big
Necromancer
dragon
city.
thing, right?
Yeah, it was under the bones of the dragon and all that stuff.
At least I
Interesting
think
fellows
that's what it's called. Yeah, I think I have heard that that particular place is full of strange people.
Yes, very strange. That's where our Amelia, the big one with the armor. It's where she hung out for a while, from what I understand.
Bones?
Yep. Oh, is that why Amelia acts the way she does?
I don't know.
I think that's a question that needs to be asked about every member of the.
Yeah. I mean, our whole party's strange, and everyone has their own unique ways, but it's
She
kind of
nods.
grown. It's grown on me.
Hmm.
We used to have a thief, but well,
He fucking died, dude.
he was that curse did not treat him well.
The curse? The same one that you have?
Mm-hmm. Something happened to him and it took him early. I'm not gonna pretend like I understand it. I know some big angry spirit dude made it so we're gonna die and we're trying to figure all that out, yada yada.
I love how you say
we're
like
here.
it's just like casual conversation.
It's just
You know,
a
the
part of
weather
my life at this
outside's
point.
nice. We're gonna die in like a few months unless we get the key. You know, shit
Yeah.
happens.
That's part of the reason why we're here in the first place, because I think we found another piece to the artifact we've been looking for.
She nods. I have heard something to that extent.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't exactly been secretive about it.
Yeah.
We haven't. Mm. Well, I will say that so long as you at least will put up with us as a party, you're more than welcome to travel, at least on my end. I don't particularly well, okay, Z can't talk about that because Z literally adopted a child. But as far
You
as
think that'll
everyone
stop
goes,
me though?
from my end, you're more than welcome to stay as long as you
By the
know.
way, Rowley, where did you put Rain?
Yeah, right. Where'd you put Rain?
Probably back at the inn. I put him in the room and I said, "Stay here. Here's some money. Buy some food. Don't leave." Or Z will
Oh,
be furious.
now 2 people on the ass beating list. Actually, no, because in theory, Falcon isn't on it. So now there's 1 person on the ass beating list.
Wait, shit. If Amelia gets back, she'll keep you safe.
Yeah. Amelia, when you are
Oh.
going to rest, Rain comes up and bothers you.
What's up?
Got him.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, only even with the
Thank you.
party, also one of the members of the party who I trust more than others. I don't know how this happened.
Yeah. She does
You
kind
don't
of
see a
like,
dead body.
yeah. She does kind of comment on why exactly a group of adventurers somehow has a young child following around.
That's well. So yeah, we were chasing down a group of gnolls. It was gnolls, right?
Yeah.
It was Knowles.
It was a group
Special
of gnolls.
fuck you,
that-
Knowles.
We were doing it for some lizard folk had a piece of the key that we needed, so we said we would kill these gnolls, and we were chasing them down, and they burned a few towns, and that kid was the only survivor in one of them. And Z took a real liking to him super fast. I'm not entirely sure why. Maybe something related to her past, or I don't know. Raleigh shrugs. I don't know. She doesn't really talk about that too much. But yeah, she took a liking to him, and that's how we found him. So guess he's in our care until he can fend for himself, or we find a nice place for him to stay.
So, speaking of past, since you've asked about mine, where exactly did you come from?
Okay, let me go ahead and open up my Raleigh backstory document, which is 5 pages long.
I didn't think I had any of this backstory written down.
Yeah, but yours is pretty easy to remember, I hate to tell you.
Super is.
My
It's
parents died
because
in a fire
everything's
when I
made up
was
on the
3.
spot.
Mm,
No, parents didn't die. Don't know what happened to the parents.
Oh shit, that's right.
yeah.
Yep.
Parents might have died on the spot. Don't
Yeah.
know.
There's a 50-50 chance.
Raleigh's
They
background.
didn't.
Okay. I'm not sure where's Raleigh from? What is the town name? I think it's
It's on the map.
Yeah, but which one is it?
Orndorff.
I don't think I wrote it down. I didn't actually
It's
write that one
Wolf
down.
Pine.
Which one?
Wolf Pine. One that
Oh, you know what? It was literally that one. Okay, I'm sorry. I have my other window open where I can't see shit on the map.
Yep.
I do have that written down. I just controlled F. I'm just a dumbass.
5 billion IQ.
Yeah, I come from a small little town in the northwest, Wolf Pine. Probably never heard of it. It's not really a vacation spot or a city or anything quite like that. Mom's a human, dad's an orc.
She just kind of smiles. I would guess something to that nature.
Yeah, but it could be either way. Regardless, he went off somewhere. I'm not entirely sure. Never really found that out. Didn't really bother me. Mom took care of me pretty good, I would say. She's nice. I like her a lot. She is my mother.
She nods.
She took care of
She's
me
kind
well.
of like vaguely remembering something.
She took care of me well. I think he was a guard. It's a bit tough to remember, though I did get a recent recollection of that memory. But an old guard took me in as a kind of an apprentice, taught me the ways of the sword, and I mean, from there it's like, what else can a half-orc do? I led a mercenary life. I went off, joined a merc group, Frostdawn. Probably never heard of that either.
She shakes her head.
Yeah, it was just what it was. It was a job. I had some friends there, but after my mother got sick, I had to return home. Wanted to make sure she did well. She's fine. She's still alive. Yeah, she's fine. But
By the way, at this point, you actually do hear a loud commotion outside.
Uh-oh.
It seems like most of the dwarves haven't really paid attention. The barkeep, at least, you kind of see her tense a little and at least pay more attention to the door, but it seems
there a
like
window?
whatever's outside is staying out there. No, there is no window.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just gonna keep an ear out and half pay attention to that. But
yeah, parted ways with the merc troop and found myself with, well, the current party, and oops, all cursed.
Oops, all cursed.
All cursed. Yeah.
I love it.
Honestly, I'm not sure what happened to my old group of buddies, but people part ways. That's how life is. Leave some bridges, cross over others. Whatever the saying
Burn
is.
a few more.
Burn a few more. No, that's Z's philosophy.
No, that's Riley's philosophy because Riley's a pyromaniac.
shut up.
Yeah.
I don't
it's-
burn bridges. I just don't build them in the first place.
It's
There's no shore to build a bridge on.
nothing too spectacular, other than the crazy shit that we've been doing lately. I'd say that's. Oh boy. Yeah. Oh, old merc troop. That's actually where I learned Dragonborn. It's old friend. She taught me. It was nice, even though our lives were constantly in danger from, killing stuff. Though, I suppose not much has changed.
Going from a mercenary to an adventurer indeed is not a massive jump of occupation.
It's just like a single step sideways.
Yeah. It's just you work with a few less people.
Yeah. She just kind of sips her ale. You see, it's pretty clear she's not a humongous fan of it.
Yeah,
I
I try it. Well,
it's
I'm drinking
alcohol.
as well, but is it
Yeah.
is it fine?
It's okay. It's a little strong for what ale's supposed to be, but seeing as what the consumer base is, that's not all that surprising.
Fair enough. Is our food? Is our food almost out?
It does come at this point, yeah.
Yeah. All
The-
right.
Actually,
Rally
same
is
door
now
from
exiting
earlier today.
exposition.
Yeah. The same guy, the same door from earlier today, actually, like walks it over to you.
Hmm.
He looks at you, looks over at her, raises a single eyebrow, and then just sets the plates down on top of the table and walks away.
Not a fucking word. I don't say that.
Say a
don't say
fucking
that.
word and you're dead.
Hey, I tipped them. All right. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna. What is this meal?
You got you got the boar ribs.
Yeah, but is it just boar ribs?
Uh,
If it is,
they
that's fine. I was just. I'm
yeah, it's
honestly just
mostly the boar ribs. They do have a like kind of a secondary, like a small plate. Well, not a small plate. They don't have a second. It's just sitting next to the ribs, kind of very
Yeah.
small thing. Is a cheese that's kind of a like light greenish yellow.
curious.
Yeah,
Fancy cheese.
it smells horrible.
That's
but-
fine. I could appreciate a good cheese.
Yeah, she seems pretty happy. Like, although she doesn't seem to be quite understanding of how to eat fish, seeing as she literally just picks up the entire thing and just sticks it in her maw.
I'm gonna try to help her.
She seems to be fine. Like she swallows it fine, bones and all.
Oh. All right. Is that? Would I know that? That's just cool.
You
From
don't.
interacting with.
You've never seen
Oh.
Drake do it.
Oh well, my other Dragonborn friend, Zala.
Zala didn't.
Fork.
She didn't do that either. Okay. Yeah, Drake eats with a fork because he's sophisticated.
Yeah.
Raleigh shrugs and just starts eating his food. What? Yeah, like
Yeah.
whatever.
She looks a little embarrassed after that for like a few moments, but seems to get over it
That's fine.
and kind of picks up the fork and eats with that instead.
All right. Yeah. Enjoy a nice dinner.
So you guys eat. You get about a minute into the meal when the door swings open and an incoming object comes flying through the air, through the door, into the tavern, and lands in a heap amongst a bunch of dwarves at one of the tables nearby, leaving all of them on the floor.
All right.
And a person,
What's going on?
yeah, on the outside, you do hear like kind of a crackling sound, kind of like and like smell ozone. Kind of like when Thysaira like gets angry, that
Oh.
kind of sound,
Boy.
like definitely magical lightning of some sort. And inside the tavern steps a half-orc. He's got 2 colored eyes, a big, huge, dumb smile on his face, and a bunch of freaking injuries.
Okay.
He goes and he like just kind of steps inside the thing, like kind of looks around the room, entirely fallen silent, and just kind of says, "Hey guys, what's it take to get some service around here?" It just kind of stands there with everyone just kind of like staring at him awkwardly. Like you see a couple of the people just kind of like fingering weapons. The
Yeah.
object that was tossed in gets up off the floor and just kind of like wipes itself off of like a few different couple of different alcohols that have been dipped into his armor. He is an old ashen. Yes, I was just making sure I was remembering that correctly. An old ashen dwarf, like middling age, so he's like several hundred years old. He has, well, dwarves live a long time. He's got white painted combat armor, and he seems like, even though he's old, he definitely is still okay. Like he gets up after being literally thrown through a door into a table. His hair seems to be like a little too white. Like it's not a natural white. It's like basically his hair is bone. And his eyes seem to be like gray and just a little off. And he goes and he just looks through the door with a glare. Give me just a second to grab thing.
This half orc.
Oh no, I'll give you a description. Just a
Oh God.
Well,
second.
Oh jeez. I'm. Oh
I think-
God.
you, but
think-
a description anyway.
Yeah, I think I know what's going on. Oh, fuck me. Oh my God.
do you ever regret?
No, I don't have a regret. I am delighted. I see someone hop into my document.
Yup.
All right, I know what's going on.
You very obviously can tell this is Gimnar.
God,
And the
Damn it.
thing is doubly like compounded when the dwarf immediately screams at him, Gimnar, it's not how we freaking get into places. I know you're drunk out of your mind, as I've had a few too many too, but we don't freaking throw people through the door. Gimnar just kind of like fixes him with a look. But that's how I always get through things, by bashing them open.
Raleigh is.
He just like
completely-
strides into the
stood
thing,
up.
like just kind of looks around the room, and immediately locks gazes with you. Rowley, is that
Gunnar!
really? And he just like literally runs through the tables. Like,
Okay,
not the tables are in the way. Like, doesn't run over them. Literally,
God,
they
oh
are
God.
pushed aside on his way through.
I rush forward as to not cause any damage to more tables, trying to prevent this.
Yep. Yeah, he just goes and runs up and just kind of looks you up and down. That is you, Rowley, isn't it? It's been
I
a
mean-
long time.
Sure as hell has. I was. Well, I could say this is definitely not where I was expecting to find you. I look over at the Ember Dwarf. Does he look familiar, or is it someone else?
He's an Ashen, by the way.
Oh,
He does
Ashen
actually look
dwarf.
familiar now that you've kind of looked at him a second time. He looks like a dwarf that was in the battle line with you. Someone that was definitely a good friend of Gimnar, though not quite as good a friend with you.
Understood.
Ye.
Okay.
You remember his name, something Stout Anvil or something like that?
Okay, something stout anvil. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
You know he's got
Oh.
kids, but it's been a long time. So he might not have kids anymore.
Oh no. All right. Well, shit.
Yeah. He just, by the way, is entirely ignoring Serena.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, we should catch up. I look over at Serena. Soon.
Right now! That's a brilliant
Oh,
idea, Rowley!
No,
Finds her around the
it's,
shoulder and starts dragging you out.
Wait. Hold on.
By the way, he does actually have his lightning sword held in one hand. Like his
Yeah.
offhand, it's just there.
Oh,
You actually can see one of its like charge counters is gone.
oh God. Now hold on. I need to take care of one more thing and then we can catch up. I promise.
He goes
Meet
and
me
looks at
outside.
you for a moment, surprised. Well, of
Meet me
course, I entirely forgot about something. Barmaid, we need more drinks. All of the drinks. And then walks over to the counter, dragging you along the whole time.
Oh jeez. I look at Serena with like
She's
I
just-
start mouthing, I'm sorry.
Help!
She's just kind of sitting there, like, kind of, like, bemused.
Oh no, I'm sorry. This was supposed to be a nice date. All right, that's fine. Okay,
Yep.
so he drags me over to the counter.
Yep. Picks up about, like, half a dozen mugs of whatever is already sitting on the counter for other people. Drops a, like, pouch of coins that sounds like it's way overpaying. And then just
Good.
drags you out with all of the drinks.
All right.
The dwarf just kind of goes back to the thing and actually, like, bothers counting out, like, the correct amount of currency and then picks up the rest of it
Well,
and follows you guys out.
sorry, I'll meet you back at the inn. Sorry.
She just kind of, like, vaguely waves. Like, just kind of that half-hearted, like, okay.
Oh, god damn it. No, it was going so well.
Yep.
All right.
He drags
just
you out to
gonna-
the street. There is definitely at least a couple of cobblestones that have been scorched by electricity, and a lot of rather terrified comic book.
Why did I have to make these fucking people so crazy?
Well, he's certainly not being helped by the slightly being drunk right now.
That is fair enough. So, Gumnar, how have you been?
Here and there. I've been doing works. I've been having drinks. I've been hitting things with lightning. You know, the normal things that happen
The
at
usual.
work with too
Yeah.
much excitement.
So, what's, I see you're not with, Adnis or Zala. Do you have any idea where they are?
What? I do have Adnus. He's right there. He points directly at the dwarf. The dwarf, of course, is not happy.
It's not Adnis.
No, it's not. He just, like, screws up his face in a scowl and glares up at Gimnar.
Rowley.
Not
ask for the-
Adnus, you freaking giant oaf.
Rowley, ask for the other Adness.
The other Adnis.
Oh, the other Adnus. I don't know where he went.
All right. How about Zala?
I don't know.
You're too drunk right now. Oh,
What do you mean? I'm not
I'm
drunk
not
enough.
drunk enough.
Yeah, exactly.
oh my god. Well, no, for fun, yes, but for comprehensive information, those are some big words. Wow.
I like that halfway through second round, I was like, wait a minute.
Have you been listening to Drake?
I've been listening to too many smart people.
Yep.
Mm.
The dwarf just kind of like looks up at you. He's clearly like a little tipsy, but he's a dwarf, so
Yeah.
he's pretty much better than that. He just kind of glares, like not glares, but certainly like fixes you with a look. Are you sure this one's Rowley? I remember him being beefier.
Hey, that's not very nice. Maybe I put on a few pounds. I've been, I've taken up a thing for cooking, but it's none of your. Yeah, I guess it is your business.
When you utter cooking, the dwarf like just breaks into freaking drunken laughter. He's like, cooking? I have work
done
cooking.
God damn it. Well,
Yeah.
I-
Gimnar does look
things
at you
are different.
concerned. He's like, wait a minute. You're not a chef now, right?
not officially, no.
He like looks at you carefully. Like, have you seen what is that? The scene with freaking what is that series? Freaking hell. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
No, I've never seen that.
Oh, okay. There, I'll definitely freaking show you at least the look, because I can
Oh,
remember the
God.
look well for the scene. But he just kind of like kind of fixes you with a look and his with his red eye, and just kind of like looks at you carefully.
I
Haven't
try-
gotten that soft on us, have you?
No, I still do kill a few things here and there.
He just whacks you on the back. Good, good, good.
Ooh,
We have killing things to do tonight.
oh, what?
Oh no!
Wait, what?
We gotta kill these beers, and then he downs another one.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh
God.
god, I was nervous for you.
Oh God. Yeah, it sounds. That's. Is it that face?
Yes, that face. That face exactly.
Oh God. Oh yeah. Sure. Yeah, we can. Oh man.
We got killing to do. Oh,
Oof. This is a lot for me. I see you've. You know what? I'm not going to bring it up because I don't want him to use it. Never mind.
Yeah, his sword is still grasped in the other hand. Like he's still
Yeah.
somehow like he has the sword in the same hand that he's drinking alcohol with, Like the blade is getting dangerously close to the top of his head every time he freaking downs another one.
Maybe put away your sword.
But how else am I supposed to kill things? I need my sword. It's required.
All right.
You should know
All
this,
right.
Rowley. It's the things that we do as mercenaries.
Yep. Mercenaries. Yeah, absolutely. I'm living a bit more of an adventurous life as of late.
He just kind of like looks over at you, like not quite believing. Like he kind of gives you the really. You're one of them pansy adventurer types, ones who just run around and do people errands.
I mean, we do killing. We chased down a whole tribe of gnolls and vanquished some demons recently. You know, it's the tough stuff. Killed
He
a
just
brain-eating
looks down at the
monster.
dwarf. Me, what I tell you, pansy jobs.
Things have changed for me.
Then he just kind of like he whips his head around from looking at the dwarf. Wait a minute, wasn't that Zola?
What? Where?
Wasn't that Zola?
You mean in the inn?
He nods.
No, that was
Like nods so hard that actually his helmet kind of like starts falling off.
Oh God.
no, that was a new dragonborn friend of ours. She's nice, but no, not Zala.
But she was the right color, right? She was kind of white
Not-
looking.
Not
He looks down at the
quite.
dwarf, right? The dwarf just shakes his head. No. Bright gold is not white. You sure he was gold? That was
It's white
definitely
gold.
white. He just looks up. I think you're still suffering after effects of that freaking lightning bolt that you decided to freaking activate here in the middle of a town.
God.
Like, nah, I can see perfectly fine. I got the best eyes. Eagle eyes. See, I can
Keep
read
'em in
that
a
sign
jar.
from here. He just points at a random sign that doesn't have any words on it.
His eyes. You said one of them was orange.
Yeah, one of them is red and the other one is kind of a green.
Okay, one is red and one is green. Is that something he's always been like, or is that new?
Yep.
He's always been like that. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember. Let me look if I have a description for him.
You do.
Okay. There it is.
Yep.
Yep. God damn it! I need to actually read my description of these characters who are oh so important to me. I can't. I was trying to do good and remember off the top of my head, but I fucking failed that. Anyway, yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Well, what do you need me for out here?
He just hands you one of the mugs.
That's
It's still
what I
full of
thought.
ale.
All right. Well, I guess.
Need I
guess
say
this is
more?
turning into one of those nights.
And I take it and I down it.
Yep. They both freaking, like, even the dwarf, which doesn't seem to be, like, super happy about this turn of events, both of them freaking drunkenly cheer and then drag you around to the next few bars where they do buy all of your drinks, but get you absolutely rousing drunk and
Fucking-
not allow you to leave.
Destroyed. Yep, that's what I thought would happen.
Yep.
All right.
And that's where we're actually going to end.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. Oh my god.
See, Peyton? I told you
Yeah,
you need to get
It
involved.
was great. It was worth it.
Oh my god.
To be fair,
Why do
Norix,
you-
I did at least consider having Adnus do it, but Gimnar was way better.
He's the perfect one for it. He really is. With his personality, Adnus would be a little bit more food focused.
Yep.
Oh, jeez. Well, I worked so hard to get that date. I worked so hard. Hey, at least it went mostly okay. We did have some serious conversation.
Yeah, Nor. What the fuck am I talking about? You went to exposition mode for a little bit. That was nice.
Yep. Drake the Dragonborn went out on a date with him. It was great.
Yep.
Wait a minute.
Oh, both are Dragonborn.
They're
Yeah,
all
give me what I was
Dragonborn,
thinking.
whatever.
They're all the same.
Just put a hat on one of them, still difference.
Dragonborn and Dragonborn.
Yep.
Oh, so Mitchell, I'm trying to think of a puzzle. I think I have one.
You got plenty of time. I'm
you're
not going to
gonna-
demand you finish it tonight.
You need the 30, right?
Yeah, we have the 30.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
You can make it as complex as you wish.
Someone's gonna fucking end up blowing up that trap.
To be fair, it's just a locking mechanism. It's not a trap.
There isn't a trap. Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
God
super
damn it.
fucked then.
It's just a reinforced locking mechanism.
Hey, Peyton, I'm gonna need you to
Yeah.
send me the recording.
No.
Only half of mine recorded. I didn't get any of the later half. I don't know why. It stopped at some point.
Guess who did record this time?
You? Really?
That's right.
Oh shit.
Well, I need someone's recording. I don't care who. I just need someone's recording.
Get
So
from
someone
there. I have
tried
too
to
much
send me
shit
that.
here on my character sheet.
By the way,
know,
he, just as a note, Gimnar did actually still have like his full armor on, and he did actually still have Frostdawn's symbol, like on its left breastplate.
Interesting. Huh. That's weird.
Yeah. The dwarf, however, did not.
Okay.
At least not obviously. If he did, he added on something that was less obvious, and a shoulder
Alright,
pad.
that
would have
was-
not been quite so noticed.
I will say that was very unexpected. Oh my god.
That was
I knew he
beautiful.
was here. God damn it.